welcome to the Orange County School Board's regular meeting scheduled for Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. All of our board members are joining us they're in attendance. As a reminder, board members will not be engaging in outside electronic or digital communication during the meeting, so that we can devote 100% of our attention to the issues before us. To my fellow board members and district staff and other members of the public who may be using our microphones, when you do, please try to speak directly into the microphone as close as you can to make sure that we can all hear you and that our YouTube and Orange TV viewers can hear you as well. Again, thank you for participating. We're going to begin our meeting with a moment of silence, and I invite you to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. And now for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. We've got wonderful recognitions to share with you all tonight, but before we discuss tonight's order of business, first we are delighted to have a special guest from Addition Financial with us this evening. The representatives are here to present a check that was made possible through their school district affinity debt card program. Through this program, Addition Financial donates 3 cents to our school district every time an OCPS branded debit card is used in a transaction. That's 3 cents every transaction. Have you seen the cards with the high school logos on them? I love those. Please join me in welcoming Addition Financial Chief Communications Officer Nora Rodriguez-Patterson, who will share more about this program and how much OCPS will benefit this year. Ms. Rodriguez-Patterson, welcome.
Financial, I really want to extend my gratitude to Dr. Vasquez and the entire school board for welcoming us today. We have been very fortunate to work with many incredible partners over the years, but truly our relationship with Orange County Public Schools is one of a kind. You may know that Orange County teachers really founded our organization 87 years ago. That was swift, whoever raised that desk. We are not teachers, and yet we share the same passion and support for education. It is truly coded in our DNA. From our Renovate to Educate classroom program to sponsoring Mondays with Maria, Addition Financial is very proud to support OCPS students and teachers. We launched our school district debit card program back in 2009, creating co-branded debit cards for each OCPS high school, allowing our members to show their school pride. Last year, almost 2 million transactions amounted to today's donation in the amount of $57,898. Since the inception of our debit card program, Addition Financial has donated over $800,000. We are looking forward to really continuing growing our relationship and our program with OCPS. We're so grateful for everything that you do for our students. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to the Additions Financial team for supporting our students and our staff. And do we have a check presentation?
Yeah.
Come on forward.
That's a pretty one. That is a pretty one.
Is our CFO here? Right. I'm like, I think we'll get Dr. Vasquez to receive it.
The foundation.
Yeah.
We checked it. Dr. Vasquez, she forgot it. Don't give her the room. We're at the Farm Bureau. She walked outside.
Let's get closer, Davis.
Where's this one?
Where's who?
Oh. You tell us.
So.
Super excited. You kind of like pointed at like, yeah.
He's so fierce. Why are you the only one up here pointing? Thank you so much. Yes. You did great things with my little pre-K babies. Yes.
And I should have mentioned, this is also a partnership with our foundation, and we're very grateful for all of the work and support that we get from the foundation. Okay, and next, in celebration of Earth Day, which occurred yesterday, our next two recognitions are focused on saving the environment. First, I'd like to recognize Evans High School sophomore, Myron Divers. Where are you? There you are? Am I close? Divers? Thank you. He came up with the motto, breathe life into our future. Act now for cleaner air. His winning motto was chosen by a team including University of Central Florida and the Orange County government staff. The county staffers came from the Environmental Protection Division, specifically their Air Quality Management Program. After UCF received funding from the National Science Foundation, the university partnered with Orange County to address outdoor air quality concerns. One way was to spread the word with a catchphrase. That's why they asked OCPS high school students to participate in an air quality slogan competition. Myron's award-winning slogan will be used in a campaign to educate the community on ways they can reduce air pollution. Myron, can we get you to come forward? Because I understand that in February, you were presented with a $250 Amazon gift card at Evans High School for your amazing air quality slogan. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. And don't go anywhere.
Congratulations. Wait, right there.
Okay, and Myron, don't go anywhere because Dr. Kester Dental.
Yes. So, since let me sit down to get to the mic here. I want to give you a little gift. I want to have this T-shirt with your slogan on the back, and then there's a Evans High School slogan.
Okay.
Yep. And then we also have a plaque for you as well. It's beautiful, so I'm going to bring this down for you.
Thank you, Member Kester Dental, please. Sure.
Yeah. That was great.
I'd also like to invite up to the podium several people who have been part of this effort. Wanda Parker is the Regulatory Compliance Program Coordinator at Orange County Environmental Protection Division, and Drs. Thomas Breyer and Kelly Stevens are from UCF School of Public Administration. Are you all in the audience here? Come on forward. And if you can share a little bit about this program, we would appreciate it.
Sure. You kind of stole a little bit of my thunder, telling everyone about the program. Good evening to the chair and the board. Thank you so much. I was concerned about that. To the chair and all the board members, as well as the audience. My name is Wanda Park. I'm the local air director for Orange County. And we collaborated with the University of Central Florida through a program called STAIRS. They obtained a grant through NSF, which is the National Science Foundation, to run a program it's an air sensor program within the community of Orange County, where they dispersed smaller air sensors that they put at either on poles outside of people's homes or businesses to collect data, mostly particulate matter, 2.5 and 10. And through that program, they had some funds that were left over. They had a community meeting. Myself, as well as one of my staff, Andrea Howell, she's here today, we attended that community meeting. And at that meeting, they chose two of the 3 programs. One was a flag, an air quality index program that we will be implementing within Orange County, along with help from Jennifer Fowler here. But the Slogan program, we dispersed that information to all of the high schools within Orange County. And of those, we had about a little over 100, I think, 108 submittals. And we dwindled those down, and we had our staff at Air Quality Management Program, as well as the Environmental Protection Division of Orange County, to vote on those. And Myron's was the winner. So, another. And just last week, we don't have any of those photos with us, but Myron met with Mayor Demings on last week, and we presented him with a plaque. I also like to say we presented Evans also with a $500, or we will be presenting them with a $500 gift certificate, because under the Slogan program, the teacher, Myron's teacher from last year, we started this program on last year, was supposed to get it. He's no longer there, but he started another program. And the name of that program, again, was Men Up. And so they're going to use those donations for Men Up.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. And do we have anybody here from UCF? Okay. Go ahead, Karen. Dr. Casadano, you got it.
You got it.
Absolutely. And do we have parents here? Yes. Okay.
Where are his parents?
Happy smile again. Bigger.
He is so funny. Congratulations.
Next, I would like to recognize Domrick, Sally Ride, and Zellwood Elementary Schools for excelling with their eco-friendly efforts. The schools were recognized as the top 3 winners during the OCPS 10th Annual Green School Recognition Program Awards Ceremony in September. Please welcome to the podium Ms. Jennifer Fowler. She's the Senior Director of our Environmental Compliance and Sustainability Department. She will share more about the information and how these schools are making a positive impact on our environment. Welcome.
Thank you. I am excited to recognize the top 3 award winners for this past school year's annual Green Schools Recognition Program. On September 14th, the district hosted the 10th Annual Green Schools Recognition Program Awards Banquet, which recognized the 25 schools who applied. From all of the applications, there were 3 that stood out to our community partner judges. So let me take a moment to acknowledge and highlight some of their efforts and achievements. In 3rd place, from Zellwood Elementary School, we have Assistant Principal Cecilia Ward and Green Team Leader Pamela Owens. Zellwood has incorporated a school garden with their Champions After School program, creating the Green Thumb Club, and helping out with tending and caring for the vegetable garden. 5th grade students developed a map, and grew plants from seeds to transplant to their outside garden. The Evergreen Club grew from seeds and native butterfly milkweed and other native plants. They have a huge hydroponic garden that encompassed the whole school, which I can attest. I was there last week and I saw it. Students helped tend to the plants from seed, harvest, and eating. They even had a taste testing giveaway to parents at their Earth Day Expo. In second place, Domrick Elementary School, we have Principal Laura Permenter and Assistant Principal Dr. Janet Martin, along with Green Team leaders Elizabeth Rottenberg and Joan Green. Domrick's focus on sustainability to help children learn their role as monitors was the forefront of their planning for the school year. Energy conservation lessons were integrated into all grade levels. Here are 3 examples. A force and motion unit in first grade involved explorations using launchers, golf clubs made from recycled materials, and paper to learn that motion travels in forward, side to side, and circle patterns. They also learned about the helpful versus harmful power of the sun. One way they explored the power of the sun was to create sun prints with construction paper covered with blocks that left a faded negative imprint on the paper. A unit on renewable energy in second grade involved making and observing windsocks. Similarly, in third grade, they applied what they learned about solar energy into making and using solar pizza ovens. And in first place, Sally Ride Elementary School, we have Principal Khalil Ortiz and Green Team leader Betty Castro. At Sally Ride, students participate in different lab workshops about green energy. Solar energy is studied in class, in the STEM lab, and in STEM and solar clubs. Solar ovens, solar cars, sundials, and eco-city, among other challenges related to green energy, are part of the school program. These workshops are dictated for parents, students, and staff by students from the Solar Club. Students have recorded several short educational videos about these topics. The videos are shared in Class Dojo for parents and in the morning news for students and staff. These workshops include outside hands-on activities during the regular school schedule and before and after school hours. Students in the STEM Club are responsible for communicating every STEM challenge instruction. There are 18 hydroponics inside the school recirculate the water for its irrigation. There are so many more stories like the ones I've just shared. Overall, 29 community partner judges judged the applications and 8 sponsored judges awarded Judges' Choice Awards. With the support of the community partners, there was nearly $21,000 handed out. I just want to thank all of our schools who applied this past year. These schools have not only been recognized as the top 3 green schools this past November, but this past November, they were designated as Green Apple schools by the Florida Department of Education and the Florida Department of Environmental Protection's Green School Designation Program. Each state is permitted to submit only 6 nominations for the U.S. Department of Education Green Ribbon Schools. OCPS is representing 3 nominations. The Green Ribbon Schools' formal announcement will be on Friday, April 26th. Please help me congratulate Sally Ride Elementary School, Domrick Elementary School, and Zellwood Elementary School. The work our students and teachers and staff are doing is truly amazing, and we look forward to highlighting them again with you next year.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Fowler. Thank you for all you do to help reduce our impact on the environment. And I think it is safe to say that our schools and our students and you working together are really changing the world, literally. And now I join you in congratulating our winners, but I would love if we could get them to come forward so we can get a group shot. Yes, I'm talking about principals. Anyone with any of those schools? Come on forward. Ms. Fowler, what are you doing? You're not sitting down, right? You're coming up for this picture.
Great job. 2 awards in one day.
Yeah, he got one this morning. Yeah, it's 7 o'clock. Yeah.
Good, big smile, look amazing. Hold on. Cool.
Thank you.
Congratulations. All right, last but not least, I'd like to recognize our mental health services team members who won awards at the Mental Health First Aid Summit. This event was part of the annual conference for the National Council for Mental Well-Being in St. Louis, and it occurred just last week. Our mental health services team received awards for providing more than 17,000 OCPS employees with youth mental health first aid training. The training has helped staff members learn how to identify students who are in distress, recognize signs of anxiety or depression, and prevent suicide and other crisis situations. So now I would like to invite Mary Bridges, the Executive Director of Student Services, to the podium to tell us a little more about the national awards her staff received at the convention. Welcome.
Thank you, Chair Jacobs. As you said, Youth Mental Health First Aid is a training that helps all staff at a school learn strategies to identify students who may have a mental health concern. It provides scenarios that help staff learn how to respond to a student who may disclose concerning information, and also how to refer the student for additional help and resources. This is a full-day in-person training that requires 2 trainers. Last year, OCPS provided this training to over 17,000 employees. That included instructional teachers, administrators, resource staff, along with classified employees such as paraprofessionals, food and nutrition employees, and bus drivers. We know that all adults on school campuses build relationships with the students and need the tools and strategies to be able to help any student that may be struggling. We completed 569 total trainings last year, averaging 15 or more a week. We also had Saturday trainings 2 to 3 times a month. In order to be able to have that many trainings, Dr. Vasquez provided funding for 51 employees to complete a 3-day training program and become certified trainers. These employees are psychologists, social workers, licensed mental health counselors, and school counselors. Most became part-time trainers, still being assigned to schools as itinerant employees, and even some full-time school-based counselors and social workers. The part-time trainers would assist once a week or several times a month with these trainings along with their other duties. However, the people we are honoring this evening averaged 3 trainings a week while still having to complete other responsibilities within their job descriptions. They are passionate about the importance of all adults on campuses being able to provide this first aid to students. During the national convention, OCPS absolutely dominated the award ceremony. I'd like to now introduce the award winners and their awards. First was the Coordinator of the Year, which was the big national award. And our program specialist, Marianne Anderson, won honorable mention. Stand up, Marianne. Marianne is a licensed mental health counselor along with being an administrator in the mental health team. She scheduled all those trainings. She found locations for all those trainings, if you can imagine, 15 plus trainings a week. And she had to assist with all of the registrations and documentation. Our second winner won the top Florida in-person mental health first aid trainer, and that is Elvira Medina Pekovsky. Elvira, stand up. Elvira is a school psychologist, and she conducted 103 trainings last year. The next group of awards were the top mental health first aid instructors nationally. So these were the top national instructors, and Orange County Public Schools won every single award in that category. So the people who won that award were, again, Elvira Medina Pekovsky with 103 trainings. Stephanie Panas with 110 trainings. Stand up. Stephanie is a school counselor and works for the district now, assisting all of our school counselors. Tawana Russian, who is a licensed mental health counselor, and she completed 96 trainings. Lisa Diamond is also a licensed mental health counselor, and she completed 97 trainings. And Beverly Tuitt is a school social worker, and she completed 86 trainings. And the last award we won was as part of the top 10 new instructors at the national level was Sheena Montgomery, who got trained later last year and still conducted 18 trainings. We're so proud of our trainers and so proud that Orange County Public Schools have so many employees that are at the schools ready and willing to help with our students and their mental health needs. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bridges. Stay there for just a minute if you would. And thank you for the leadership role and all the support that you provide to the team and to our students. Let me call on Member Byrd and then the superintendent.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, Mrs. Bridges, for sharing this information with us. That is amazing. We know up here all that goes into training our staff and making sure that our schools have what they need to help our students. But I love that we are celebrating it a little bit. You know, we don't usually celebrate it as much as we should. So I love that we're celebrating it, because when you read off those stats, I think you said 17,000 employees were trained last year.
Actually, it was 18,000. I found out today when we got the actual, we had 87% of the required employees last year trained in youth mental health first aid.
I mean, okay, so school systems, we think it's just, you know, teaching the basics. Let's just get back to teaching the basics. We hear that all the time, right? But when you think about 18,000 employees had to be trained, we have 15 trainings a week going on, so that all of the employees, the lunchroom workers, the bus drivers, everybody that encounters students has what they need to be able to identify when a student needs help. There is so much more going on in our schools than just teaching the basics, because we have to. If we want these kids to learn, we have to address those needs first, right? So I'm so incredibly proud of this school district for taking the lead and for being the big national winner at this award, which we already knew that we're the best, but it's great to have other people say it. But I'm just so proud of this district for making sure that our kids are okay, and that the people that we as parents entrust our kids to every day are trained and have the heart and the will to go through all these trainings to give our kids what they need. It's really a wonderful feeling as a parent to know that my kids are in a safe space when you drop them off at school. And I know that other parents feel that way. So thank you all of you that did all that hard work last year. I know that was just a huge task. Thank you, Superintendent, for making sure that they had what they needed to be able to do that. And thank you, Mary, for your guidance and your unwavering support of our students. We appreciate you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you, Member Byrd. Superintendent.
So I want to echo Board Member Byrd's comments. What an incredible feat. And I am not surprised that OCPS dominated. You guys rock it. When things come down from Tallahassee, sometimes the first thing we hear is, we can't do this. We can't possibly accomplish this. And I hear that quite a bit. And I still remember the conversation with Mary about how are we going to train everyone. And you've known for a long time the mental health needs that we're seeing in our schools. You knew before the pandemic that it was getting to a crisis level. And you knew the board's commitment to not only the academic needs, but the mental health needs. And so we are so grateful for all that you do, all that you did, so that our children are able to learn in safe environments where they can feel supported, where the adults are there to ensure that they meet with success. And Mary, your leadership has been incredible. Thank you.
Thank you.
Vice Chair Gallo, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Well, I can't beat any of that.
So I'll just say ditto. And thank you to you and your staff. We're so fortunate to have you here at OCPS. Y'all are amazing. So just thank you every day for what you do.
All right, can we bring up the team?
She got choked up. Oh, honey, your earrings are fabulous.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh, your little teddy bear. They're so cute. Oh. You know what? He's so crazy.
All right, congratulations.
Congratulations, guys. Woo, yes. Thank you.
Dr. Vasquez, do you have any newly appointed administrators to present tonight?
Oh my goodness, do I ever. I'm so excited. So the individuals that I am going to be recognizing this evening have been in an acting role, meaning that they were placed in an assistant principal position mid-year and have been doing the job in an acting role. And tonight it is my honor to take acting off of your title and dub you as assistant principal. And so we have a great long list. We're going to start with Natasha Merle Burns, who is going to be assistant principal at Cypress Creek High School.
Thank you, school board members. Thank you, Superintendent Ms. Vasquez, and staff for the opportunity to serve at Cypress Creek High School. I'm appreciative for all the educators along my path that have supported me, including Mrs. Mendez, that have welcomed me right into Cypress Creek and made the acting not feel like acting ever. So I'm excited to be part of the high school office and excited to be a Cypress Creek Bear.
Stephanie Butler will be the assistant principal at East Lake Elementary School.
Thank you, school board members and Superintendent Vasquez and staff for allowing me this opportunity to serve at East Lake Elementary School. I'd like to thank our executive leader of elementary schools, Dr. Raheem Jones, and our principal leader, Mindy Smith, for all of their encouragement in my transition to administration. Thank you to all my family and friends that are here with me tonight and watching at home for always believing in my potential and supporting me day in and day out. To Amy Klaber and Carla Hadley, thank you for being amazing mentors. I would not be the administrator that I am today without either of you. And finally, thank you to my principal, Miss Elizabeth Bounds, for welcoming me to East Lake and supporting me and guiding me constantly, day in and day out. I look forward to continuing to working with you and our staff and helping all of our Eagles at East Lake soar. Thank you.
Carolyn Crandell is the assistant principal at Orlando Gifted Academy.
Thank you, school board members, Superintendent Vasquez, and staff for the opportunity to serve at Orlando Gifted Academy. I'd also like to personally thank Dr. Armbruster, Dr. Fritzler, and Mr. Leslie for your support throughout this process and entrusting me with this role. I want to express my gratitude. Thank you doesn't seem enough to my principal, mentor, and friend, Mr. Sean McGuire, who's given me countless opportunities to lead and learn as a teacher, a coach, and now an assistant principal. I'm so grateful to serve alongside you at OGA. Most importantly, I'd like to thank God, my husband, Cameron Crandall, our sweet daughters, Scarlett and Serena, and my mom, who's home with the girls right now, for giving me the grace and support to help me pursue my dreams and to serve this amazing school district. I hope I make you proud.
Jennifer Hicks is the assistant principal at Waterford Elementary.
Thank you, school board members, Superintendent Vasquez, and staff for the opportunity to serve at Waterford Elementary School. I also want to thank my parents for being my amazing support system and for being an example of what hard work and dedication looks like. To my kids, Jalen and Jeru, thank you for being my motivation. I love you both dearly. I want to thank Dr. Wyndham for hiring me 15 years ago, fresh out of college, and for being a pillar of support as I transition back to Orange County. To Mrs. Davis Wilson for giving me the opportunity to step into this leadership position. To my principal, Mrs. Arbalez Willis, thank you for taking me under your wing and showing me the way. I couldn't have asked for a better principal to start this journey under, and I'm looking forward to your continuous mentorship. And last but certainly not least, to my Waterford family, teachers, staff, students, and parents for welcoming me with open arms back in December. It has been an absolute pleasure serving you all, and I'm looking forward to closing out this year and starting from the beginning with y'all in the upcoming school year. We are Wildcats, hear us roar. Thank you.
Melanie Humphreys is the assistant principal at Rock Springs Elementary.
Thank you, School Board, Superintendent Vasquez, and staff for this opportunity to serve as assistant principal at Rock Springs Elementary. I also want to thank Karen Verano and Robin King for their amazing support and encouragement these last few months as I began my acting AP role. Lastly, a huge thank you to my mentors, Amy Klaber, Matt Hendricks, Nisha Ellington, and Chase Caldwell for helping me grow into the educator and leader that I am today. I'm honored to officially be joining the Rock Springs family and to have the opportunity to continue supporting the students, families, and staff in a community that I call home.
Next, Lakeisha Killingsworth is the assistant principal at Lake Nona High School.
Thank you. Y'all are so nice. They love to embarrass me. All right. Thank you to the school board members, Superintendent Vasquez, and staff for giving me the opportunity to serve at Lake Nona High School. I would like to express my gratitude to God, my parents for motivating me to continue my education, my children who always bring smiles to my face, and my husband. I am thankful to Dr. Rodriguez for pushing me out of my comfort zone, and to Dr. Pfeiffer for teaching me to always find the solution. A special thanks to Dr. Gruber at Stetson University for being not only a mentor, but also a friend. I am grateful to Dr. Dispenza and Dr. Paduano for meeting with me and allowing me to see what I can achieve as an educational leader. Lastly, I want to thank my Pride family for welcoming me with open arms. I feel blessed to have found a great home with great people and a great leader, Mrs. Nikki Campbell. With that being said, I am thrilled to be a Lion and support the students, staff, and the high school office. Thank you all.
Tierney Lewis is the assistant principal at Lake George Elementary.
Thank you, school board members, Superintendent Vasquez, and staff for this opportunity to serve at Lake George Elementary School. I also want to thank my husband, family, and friends that have supported me throughout this journey. And lastly, a special thank you to my mentor, Miss Lisa James, principal at Apopka Middle School. Under her leadership, I grew professionally and personally. Thank you for always encouraging me, motivating me, and for all the words of wisdom you have provided for me throughout these years. Lastly, I want to thank my Lake George family. I'm so excited to be the assistant principal there, where we stretch for excellence.
Kayla Marie Martise is the assistant principal at Oak Ridge High School.
Thank you. Thank you, school board members, Superintendent Vasquez, and allowing me the opportunity to serve at Oak Ridge High School. I would like to thank my husband and my two kids. I've been able to grow within this county as a mom. I would like to thank Mr. Dennis Gonzalez for being a great mentor and pushing me to be in this position, even as a parent. Thank you to my parents as well for allowing me to study and watch my children when needed. I am so excited to be part of the high school office, and I am so excited to be a pioneer.
Tara Mills is the assistant principal at Audubon Park School.
Thank you, school board members and Superintendent Vasquez, for this opportunity to serve at Audubon Park K-8. Thank you also to Mr. Leslie and Dr. Fritzler for the opportunity as well. I would like to thank my husband and my 2 sons for all their love and support throughout my journey to becoming an assistant principal. Every day I ask myself, in this new role, what would my mentors do? WWMD. And I'm always able to find an answer when I think back to how my former principals, Mr. Yackel, Mrs. Concepcion, and Miss Katie Phillips, now at Sand Lake Elementary, helped me. And I also have to thank my current principal, Mr. Fritz, for all his patience and support in this new role. I love being a Falcon, and I thank you all.
Lauren Morris is the assistant principal at Brookshire Elementary.
Thank you to the school board and for Superintendent Vasquez and the staff to give me the opportunity to be the assistant principal at Brookshire Elementary. I also want to thank my family and my extended family who are watching from home. Also my mentors from the past who are also here today. And just thank you so much for this opportunity.
Matthew Owens is the assistant principal at Silver Pines Academy.
Thank you to the board and especially to Chair Jacobs and Member Felder for your continued support of Silver Pines Academy. Deputy Superintendent Vasquez and Deputy Superintendent Armbruster for your vote of confidence in this role as I step back up into the assistant principal position. I'd like to thank my mentors, Ms. Wendy Ivory, Dr. Ian Gesundheit, Mr. Jim Weiss, and my past and present principals. Thank you to my current principal, Mr. Augustin Damers, and also Miss Deneen Brown, who brought me to the spa, as we call it, as I had some medical things going on 2 years ago when I got brought there, and they knew that I wanted nothing but the best things for kids. Finally, I want to thank God and my wife Marie and my children Elijah and Alicia, whom I make all decisions for. I love you and I thank you for standing by me for everything. And I'm honored to be able to be serving the students with disabilities in this district and to be able to serve in a leadership capacity once again. Thank you.
Michael Reese is the assistant principal at Baldwin Park Elementary.
Thank you to the school board members, Superintendent Vasquez, and staff for this opportunity to serve at Baldwin Park Elementary. I would also like to thank Principal Andrew Schwartz and Principal Leader Carletta Davis Wilson for trusting and believing in me to become the assistant principal at Baldwin Park Elementary. From the moment I was named acting assistant principal in January, I've been overwhelmed by the support and gratitude from the Baldwin Park Elementary teachers, staff, and community. I've also been blessed to be part of the Baldwin Park family for the last 13 years as a fifth grade teacher, instructional coach, and dean. And now I will continue to serve in the capacity of assistant principal. I look forward to continuing my journey together with my Bobcat family. Additionally, I need to express my deepest gratitude to my family, to my wife Shauna and our 2 boys, Mason and Maddox, and my mother Yolanda. You all have been my inspiration and my greatest supporters. Thank you for your unwavering encouragement and love. Thank you once again for this incredible opportunity.
Darcy Ruby is the assistant principal at Liberty Middle School.
Thank you, school board members, Superintendent Vasquez, and staff for this opportunity to serve at Liberty Middle School. The Lord has blessed my path, and I see His hand in this opportunity in so many ways. I'm thankful for my husband, who has helped me manage the family schedule and encouraged me each step of the way. I'm thankful for my kids who have expressed nothing but smiles and how can we helps. I'm thankful for my principal, Mr. Jones, who has supported me in each step of this endeavor, as it encouraged me in this next leap in my educational career. I look forward to our future at Liberty, and I'm thankful for the trust. I'm grateful for my previous leaders who have provided me with a leadership opportunity so that I have confidence as I step in and learn more. I'm grateful for my village who boost me up each chance they have. I'm thankful for my principal leader, Miss Jenny Jenny Gibson Link, who supported me with her smiles, presence, and words of advice and encouragement. And lastly, I'm so thankful for the Liberty Middle School community. It is rare to have a cheering squad with you at work every day, and I'm so blessed to have exactly that.
And finally, Kimberly Stringer is the assistant principal at OCPS Academic Center for Excellence.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, school board members, Superintendent Vasquez, and staff for the opportunity to serve at the OCPS Academic Center for Excellence, where every day is a great day to have a great day. I must express my deepest thanks to the Almighty for guiding me on this journey. To my parents, the late Robert Stringer and Cynthia Stringer, whose unwavering support has been my rock. To my son, who is a product of Orange County Public Schools, Kimon, and to my entire family and friends for their enduring love and encouragement throughout my teaching career. I am profoundly grateful to the executive leaders, the principal leaders, and principal leaders for entrusting me with this role. And to my esteemed colleague, our proud principal, your belief in me fuels my dedication to our students and their success. As assistant principal, my commitment to the students of Orange County Public Schools remains unwavering. Thank you again for this incredible honor.
All right, can we get all of our assistant principals up to the podium or up to the dais for a picture?
That was awesome.
Huh?
Recycling.
Oh, I know.
Look toward me and on three. Good. 1, 2, and 3. Stay there. Hold on. Big smile. Last one.
I got one. Oh, no, it's district-wide. A source of pride district-wide. Yes.
How about
Yeah.
I survived district-wide?
I like a source of pride.
Source of pride's good.
Yes. Yes. Depends on the day I'm having. Right now, it's a source of pride.
That's right.
Check back with me later.
Who? Tannehill?
Who?
What?
Where are they
She used to
from?
be at my school.
Oh my God. Tammy?
I'm sorry, what happened?
We forgot Tannehill.
Oh.
Where is Tammy?
Oh my God.
What
Tannehill.
school?
She used to be
Come,
at
Tammy. Oh,
She used to be at Corner Lake.
Did we introduce her?
No.
Well, doesn't she get to have an introduction first? Yes. Okay, okay.
She's just
All
so
right.
special.
And
Save the best for last.
We've saved the very best for last. So Tammy Tannehill is the assistant principal at Stone Lakes Elementary.
Okay. Thank you, school board members, Superintendent Vasquez, and the staff for this opportunity to serve at Stone Lakes Elementary School. Thank you to my previous principal, Vanessa DeMars of Arbor Ridge K-8 School. Your leadership style is what inspired me to take this journey back into administration. Thank you, Dr. Rollins, for the opportunity to join the Stone Lakes family. The welcoming and warm atmosphere that you have built at Stone Lakes is truly amazing. I already feel like part of the family. I look forward to continuing to learn from you as we serve the families, students, faculty, staff, and stakeholders of Stone Lakes. Mindy Smith, I am thrilled to be working under your leadership again and look forward to collaborating with my colleagues in Cadre 10. I would also like to thank Danielle Kendall for her support over the years. Last, and certainly not least, I thank God and my family for their endless love and support.
Congratulations.
Look at.
Okay. I would like to point out that Miss Tannehill used to be in District 1.
So there's the one. There's the one. There's the one. That's stolen.
Yeah.
Principal, come.
Dr. Rollins.
Come on. Yes, hi. Yeah. Great picture.
Good. Big smile again. Hold on.
All right,
Congratulations. Welcome to Avalon. Which technically is mine. You got a lot going on down there, Karen.
A lot.
You don't know anything. Just don't even look this way. I have 2 boxes here.
No, I need that tissue. Over no, put it right here.
Cleaning it up now.
I need a tissue.
all right, next, I would like to call on Dr. Guy Swenson, President-elect of the Orange County Association of School Administrators. Welcome. Good to see you again. It's been so long.
Good to see you. You always catch me by surprise. I don't know why, so I should know the drill by now. Good evening, Chair Jacobs, school board members, Dr. Vasquez. My name is Guy Swenson. By day, I'm the principal of Lake Buena Vista High School, but tonight I stand before you as President-elect of Orange County Association of School Administrators, affectionately known as OCASA, and I represent 320 school-based leaders. Teacher Appreciation Week begins May 6th, and I want to spend my time with you this evening letting you know how important teachers are to school leaders. During Teacher Appreciation Week, we have the special opportunity to celebrate these remarkable individuals, but I believe their impact deserves recognition every single day. As principals and OCASA members, we see firsthand the endless dedication teachers pour into their students. They are the architects of knowledge, building young minds with patience, creativity, and a desire for learning. But let me be clear, their role extends far beyond standards and tests. Teachers are mentors, confidants, and often cheerleaders, fostering not just academic growth, but also guiding children as they become young men and women. During challenging times, and let's be honest, there's been plenty of those lately, a great teacher becomes an anchor. They are the ones who adapt their lessons to differing needs, who find innovative ways to connect with students both academically and socially. They are the ones who ensure each child feels supported and empowered, even when the world around them feels uncertain. Speaking from personal experience, there is an immense sense of pride that comes with witnessing a teacher who creates a vibrant and engaging environment. Just this last weekend, I saw the spring musical at my school. A student of mine named Luke is a student in a self-contained, exceptional student education classroom. To my delight, he was in the musical. I saw him act, sing, and dance with a level of confidence I have never seen him with before. For me, he stole the show. Afterwards, as I told him how proud I was, and I really was, it was then I thought, I am even more proud of his ESE and theater teachers. It is you, Miss Klein, Mr. Dawes, Miss Daughtry, Miss Powell, and Miss Whitman, who have created a space in which Luke can thrive in his own way. And to all of the other Lukes in all our schools at every level, teachers, I see you, your principals see you and appreciate you, and we thank you for fostering classrooms in which every student, no matter their skills or abilities, can grow and be their very best. Thank you, and happy Teacher Appreciation Week.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow, that was beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that story. That's what it's all about. Okay, next I'm going to call on Dr. Vasquez to introduce members of her Superintendent Student Advisory Council that are from West Orange High School.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It is my delight to introduce to you Brady Beeler from West Orange High School, who is part of my Superintendent's Student Advisory Council. Come up to the podium. We can't wait to hear from you.
You should have a presentation thing. Not sure if it's working. There we go. Cool. Yeah. Should be good. All right. Oh, there we go. Good evening, Superintendent Vasquez, Chair Jacobs, and school board members. My name is Brady Beeler, and I'm a senior at West Orange High School, and I plan on attending Florida State University next year and majoring in computer engineering. Go Noles. I'm very proud to serve as one of our two representatives on the Superintendent's Advisory Council, the other of which is Jasmine Bonilla, who is a OCPS Super Scholar and currently visiting Hamilton College, where she will attend in the fall. Tonight, I'll be representing West Orange as I speak with you about some of the amazing things that our students and faculty have achieved this year. Before I begin, on behalf of West Orange as a whole, we just want to express our appreciation for being invited here and getting the opportunity to share the beauty of our school with you. So a little introduction of who I am. I'm a senior at West Orange, and I've attended here for all 4 years of high school. I'm the National Honor Society president and varsity lacrosse defense team captain, and was a part of SGA for 3 years. But I'm here to talk to you about West Orange, and I'll just go out and say it. I'm proud to be a Warrior. First slides. So Warrior Pride runs strong throughout our campus, and even students from other schools want to be part of our legacy. We had over 1,600 students attend our homecoming and 1,000 at prom, which is the highest percentage of student involvement in the district. West Orange is also home to an enormous 56 active clubs, which means that nearly every student and their interest are represented within a club. The sheer number of clubs makes it simple for students to find and create connections with like-minded individuals who they may potentially share the same interests and passions with. And so at West Orange, we are like a family, and that's why I think it's uber important that nobody feels left out, and this is especially true for new students, which is why we welcome each new student with a student-guided tour and a welcome basket. And these student-guided tours give a warm introduction to our school from another student's point of view and are an invaluable part of welcoming our new students. So now let's look at some of the remarkable things our students and organizations have done this year. So inducting 94 students, our National Honor Society raised over $85,000 to benefit not only our local community, but also abroad. We sponsored 16 children to go to school in Haiti and built 3 new hurricane-proof homes in Haiti. Additionally, we donated more than 10,000 pairs of shoes to Honduras and have offered our members $34,000 in college scholarships. So our very own SGA is also incredibly active within our community, and they've raised over $21,000 for sick children and their families through our annual Warrior-thon event. They also host one pep rally each quarter to increase student engagement, and even one including a student versus teacher basketball tournament that our very own Principal Turner participated in. They've hosted 4 blood drives this year, doubling the number of donations that they achieved last year. And then finally, they help to manage our large number of on-campus clubs. So at West Orange, we have some pretty amazing athletes. 2 of our teams so far have made it all the way to the state championship, being boys soccer and girls water polo. And in fact, for the boys soccer game, we were able to fill 3 full school buses with students who drove almost 2 hours to go watch our boys play. If that doesn't show school spirit, I don't know what does. Additionally, both our boys and girls lacrosse teams took home first place in the district and will advance to regionals next week. So this is just a small sample of the success and participation that we appreciate as a school. West Orange is home to students of all different backgrounds and cultures, and we encourage students to connect with this culture through many different avenues. We have both a Spanish and French honor society, as well as a Black student union, which whom we've worked hard with to host school-wide spirit weeks and events. So some of our clubs and organizations have also been recognized nationally, including FFA, who was visited by our Congressman Daniel Webster to congratulate them on their hard work. And additionally, the Office of the Supervisor of Election came to help SGA with their officer elections this year, and even utilizing real voting machines and hosting a voter registration drive. West Orange is truly a special place, and I'll be proud to graduate this year and become an alumni. Thank you all for your time and allowing us to share our school with you. I would like to introduce our Unified Cheer Team, which is sponsored by one of our teachers, Miss Karen Smith, and ask them to come up for a quick performance. The Unified Cheer Team recently took home first place at their competition and will advance to the state games at Walt Disney World.
Can we get everybody back up for one picture?
Okay, we actually have one more. We actually have one more that we'd like to present. Yeah, so I'd also like to introduce our esteemed theater department. I don't want to take away from you guys, but okay, yeah. So do you want? We can take a picture first, and then
we can take a picture, right? And then we'll.
Okay. Oh, we're good.
I didn't read the script.
Thanks, Frank.
Sorry.
Gotcha.
Some of the theater kids, they can go in 5, 6, 7. Good. You guys are flawless. Look at me. Don't look at the cell phone. Look at the cell phone.
That's
Awesome job, Unified Cheer. So I would now like to introduce our esteemed theater department, Troop 1983. The West Orange Theater has seen a history of high performance in recent years, including 3 years of earning one of the state's highest honors by being chosen to perform at the state convention on the main stage. Troop 1983 was also the only high school in the country chosen to perform the Broadway musical, The Prom, last school year, and this weekend they will open with the show, It's Nice Work If You Can Get It. And here to perform the song Swonderful from the show are cast performers Delaney George, Kendall Nix, Dylan Todd, and Corday Keith.
Hi, I'm Dylan. I'm playing one of the Jimmys. My name is Corey Keith, and I'm also playing one of the Jimmys.
In our show, Nice Work If You Can Get It, features music by the Berkman Brothers, which is also played live by West Orange's band and orchestra students. It shares an unexpected love story between Billy and
Life has just begun. Jack has found his chill. Don't know what you've done, but I'm all athrill. How can words express your divine appeal? You could never guess all the love I feel. From now on, lady, I insist. For me, no other girls exist.
It's wonderful, it's marvelous. You should care for me.
It's awful nice, it's paradise, it's what I love to see.
You made my life so glamorous. You can't blame me for feeling amorous.
Oh, it's wonderful,
It's marvelous that you should care for me.
don't mind telling you in my humble dash that you thrill me through with a tender patch. When you said you care, imagine my emotion. I swore that in their permanent devotion, you made all other boys seem black. Just you alone filled me with
It's wonderful, it's marvelous.
marvelous.
You should care for me. It's awful nice.
It's
Paradise. It's what I love to see. My dear, it's 4-leaf clover time. From now on, my heart's working overtime.
Oh, it's wonderful,
It's marvelous that you should care for.
That was fantastic. Once again, thank you so much on behalf of all of West Orange for the opportunity to present for you.
Oh, yeah. All the parents and the teachers, everybody.
Right?
What about the parents?
That was great. So you can beat them on the courts, but...
They got parents coming? Teachers?
Yeah,
Okay.
Thank you.
Big smile. Hold on.
That's so
And start your dance pose on 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
Very good, guys. You kept up the reputation of West Orange, honey. Yes. I remember. Yes.
That was so
yes,
fun.
you were great, honey. Yes, sir. They're marvelous.
Oh, they told you not to go to him? Oh, you need him for something else? Chair Jacobs?
Just for a minute.
Okay, sure.
All right. Vice Chair Gallo.
I just want to say that was a great presentation. It was so much fun. The cheerleaders, the theater, you guys were absolutely phenomenal. I would love to come play pickleball. I will challenge Pam to a pickleball contest at the club. Well, she can learn. But I had a very important question for you. Is it going to be hard to go from orange and blue to garnet and gold?
Not at all.
I didn't think
Not
so.
at all.
Both my girls graduated from FSU. They're far superior colors. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As a Noel. All right. Member Gould.
So I just wanted the West Orange is legendary actually across the country, but especially in our part of the community because it was ground zero for all of the high school growth. And it has been the pinnacle that everybody else has to live up to. You all have wonderful theater programs. Your inclusion of all the students has been fantastic. The support that you receive from the community is because you welcome it there, and it's part of the embedded culture. And it has always been such a wonderful treasure. The theater program, now remember, I had Dr. Phillips too till recently in my district, but the theater program made Dr. Phillips a little nervous sometimes because it was it is so strong, and it is just a beautiful thing to see that kind of healthy competition. You represented the school very, very well tonight. I'm so proud of you and all that came to share just a tiny, tiny glimpse of what is West Orange. And go Warriors.
Thank you very much.
Member Salamanca.
I'll get everything that folks set up here, but I also I wanted to highlight one part of your presentation that really stood out to me, which was the welcome package when students join your high school. I would love to see that across more high schools because it is such an important part of new students feeling like they belong and feeling like they have folks from day one that kind of give them the how do you get around of some really massive schools, and we have students coming from all over the world and definitely all over the country joining our high school. So we'll encourage you as you pass on the baton to the next leaders of your high school to continue that. I think it makes a huge difference. And I applaud you for all the things that you highlighted today and the spirit that you carry on about your high school. So thank you for being here.
Thank you. And for the welcome package, I tried to get a picture of it, but we didn't have one. But they included like a West Orange lanyard with some stickers, and I think it included like a pin and stuff. So it was just a good way to kind of introduce new people to the school.
Yeah, Member Salamanca, that's exactly what that jumped off the screen at me when you explained that. So, and I'd love to understand more. Is it just when students, like a new student from out of state or out of school, or is it for rising freshmen?
So it's just for students that are new to the school. So if you're like a freshman going into like students that are joining like maybe midway through the year that aren't super like comfortable with the school yet.
Yeah, phenomenal. And I think Jose Martinez is with us somewhere. This should happen in every high school. Actually, every middle school. Well, okay, every school Yeah, Ms. Schuler, you're here. Dr. Schuler, just all the schools. Got it. Such a great idea. I'm really, really thrilled about that. I actually do think it might be something you could even take on from like our students that go from elementary to middle school. That's such a big transition. And wouldn't it be nice if there was like one student in that middle school that kind of mentors, adopts just for the first couple of weeks? And the same thing with high school. I mean, I really think you are onto something phenomenal.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And don't leave yet. Member Felder.
Yes. Listen, oh my God, when I looked at the amount of money that you're raising and giving it away, that's the thing that jumped out to me. And then you have a book reading club. I mean, you have all the clubs that you have. You know, I'm just totally impressed. And I remember when West Orange was first built, I remember Danny. I can't think of her last name. She was a theater person at West Orange, and they have always had a reputation of having great talent. Even when I opened Dr. Phillips in '87, but West Orange, yeah, they still had some talent. And to you divas that are musical theater folk, baby, listen, I know I might get in trouble with some of your parents, but listen, it looks like you have totally been bitten by the theater bug. And if you have, you got to go to New York. You got to go to New York. Yeah, I'm telling you that. You got to go to New York or either California, because let me tell you something. The talent is so raw. It's so raw, and you are so, oh my God, deliberate in your presentation. You're just in high school. You're just in high school. Just in high school, and you are performing like this. Yeah, I'm going to tell you the real deal. That's what's going on. I enjoyed what you have presented to us, and I know it's inside of you. I know it is. You major in something so you can make some money while you're trying to get that first break. But let me tell you something, that's where you got to go. So we can bring you back to the Hall of Fame and read about you getting that first Tony or that Oscar, that Emmy. Oh, it's in your mind, I know that. Thank you so much for how you shared your talent with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Felder. Just one caveat. They go to New York, but then they come back, right?
Well, after
Okay,
they become wealthy
Okay.
and just share with the school district.
Okay, as long as they come back. As a mom whose baby is in New York, they got to come back. Okay. Member Kester Dennell.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Your presentation stood out, and we've seen a lot of high schools throughout this year present, and I think this is the last one we're going to have for this school year.
Do we have another?
Possibly, because there's one more, but this one it really stood out, and what I enjoyed was when we had the cheer team up here, not just the cheer team, but looking at everybody else's faces, and then when we had the students up here performing. I just saw so much joy in the audience. It was really great. I didn't know if you have that same perspective, but that was a unique one for us. So thank you, everyone, for spreading so much joy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's well said. All right. Well, Principal Turner.
Actually, I just wanted to point one thing out in case we didn't catch it. So the reason we had two groups of students from the theater department is because Miss Women has split cast to involve more students.
Yeah.
So both of those groups will be running the leads this weekend for our musical. If you're bored, come see it. But yes, so both of them get a chance to run the lead, which I think is super cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful.
Wonderful.
So much to be proud of, right? Yeah, you should be. All right. Thank you again.
Thank
and I
you so
agree.
much.
Your presentation was outstanding. And I got caught up in the welcome thing, and I forgot all about the money because I was like blown away by that too, by all that you guys are giving back to each other.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, here they are.
Magnificent job.
Yes.
One with the principal, one without.
Matt, turn.
Yes, ma'am. All right, now you can run it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You're going to love it. The beautiful campus.
Yes, I did. And if you get bored, go watch the circus.
Thank you so much. Represented us really well, man. Thank you very much. It's great.
Awesome.
They also have a great band.
Yeah. Oh, I know. All right, we are going to move on to proclamations. And our first proclamation is the Denim Day. Let me call on Louis Damiani, CEO of the Victim Service Center and longtime friend, to say a few words about Denim Day. I've been explaining it to people all day while I'm walking around with my denim, and the first thing they think is, "Oh, cool! You let the employees wear denim today." I'm like, "Yeah, it goes a lot deeper than that." So please talk to us, and let me see what I can do with this podium. Hey, guys in the back, can you help with the podium?
Wow, there it is. More size appropriate for a big guy like me. Madam Chair and members of the board, thanks so much for having me here today. It's a tough act to follow, man. I came here, got inspired and entertained, and now I'm going to bring it down a little bit, and I want to talk to you about the Victim Service Center, the organization I represent, where for 25 years this year, we have been providing help and healing to victims of violent crime, sexual assault, and other types of traumatic circumstances. We operate a 24-hour helpline that's staffed by trauma-informed counselors, and we also provide in-person crisis intervention, victim advocacy therapy, and prevention education. And the shocking reality is that 1 in 4 females and 1 in 20 males will experience sexual violence at some point in their life. So we all know somebody, I mean, you look around this room, that either could benefit from our services or will benefit from our services at some point. In fact, I'll share with you, just last year alone, our organization provided emergency response and forensic exams for 354 sexual assault victims. We fielded over 2,200 calls on our 24-hour helpline, and we provided for the second consecutive year more than 3,200 individual therapy sessions. And altogether, we helped more than 9,000 people just right here in our Central Florida community. And best of all of those services were provided at no cost to our clients. So that's the reality check. So what am I here for? I'm here to talk about what we can do from an awareness standpoint perspective. And the month of April is National Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And we do a whole bunch of activities throughout the course of the month. But we always wrap it up on the last Wednesday of every month with what we call Denim Day. And Denim Day, if you're not familiar, it's the longest running sexual violence prevention program in history. It started in 1999 as a grassroots protest against an Italian Supreme Court decision where a sexual assault conviction was ultimately overturned because the court said that the victim that was wearing tight jeans was implied consent at the time of her assault and somehow was complicit in being assaulted. And the women in the Italian parliament protested, and that led to a nationwide protest, which led to a European protest, which spread to the United States in 1999, and it's now a worldwide protest. So on this day, which is always the last Wednesday, in fact tomorrow, we here in Central Florida we the Victim Service Center champion Denim Day. And you are not alone in supporting Denim Day. You're all wearing your denim today, and I'm always so pleased when I get here because you always come in unison, and it's a beautiful, wonderful thing. Tomorrow, this entire community is going to be ablaze in denim. We have proclamations from you all, from Orange County, Seminole County, Osceola County, City of Apopka. I was at Sanford last night, City of Kissimmee. I've been running all over the place for the last couple of months, going to all their meetings, talking about what Denim Day is and how people can get involved. The best part is anybody can get involved. It's super simple. It's free to participate. And it's an opportunity to make a fashion statement while simultaneously making a statement in support of survivors, and more importantly, that we're not going to tolerate sexual violence in our communities, and we're going to work hard to reduce it and mitigate it altogether. So the way you do that, it's all done on social media. All you got to do is wear your denim tomorrow, get with your colleagues, snap yourself a photograph of you and your colleagues with your denim on, use the hashtag Denim Day, and then post it to your social media and tag us at the SC Florida. We're on Twitter, Facebook, whatever your social media preference is. Tag us at the SC Florida, and then just watch it. And when you, by the way, when you post it, explain to people why you're doing it. Are you in support of victims? Are you trying to make a protest against sexual violence? And watch it explode. Last year we had tags all the way into Georgia. So just the simple act of wearing jeans and taking a photo and sharing it on social media can show support for survivors and really take a stand against sexual violence and harassment. And I just thank you all for being here, for being part of the solution, for having me back year in and year out, and being just such tremendous supporters.
Thank you, Louis. Well, come on up forward, and we'll come down and join you and get a picture.
Perfect.
And here's what I want to do. We're going to get a picture, but I want everybody in the audience who wore jeans today to come on up and join us. All right, I know there's some of you back there that have jeans on, so yeah, I don't want anybody being bashful. You got jeans on. Yeah, we're coming. No, we're going down there. We're going down there.
Hashtag what?
You don't have jeans?
No,
A jean jacket?
He's from a Popka. They don't wear jeans in a
That's all they wear in a pop.
Sorry, you said hashtag.
I'm the Yankee from Popka, so no, I don't have it.
John's allergic to jeans.
Yeah, can't do it.
Your heart's in the right place. I don't wear jeans. You never ever wear jeans?
I'm either wearing a suit or shorts.
So one side of one extreme or the other extreme.
That's right. If I'm going out, it's cold, I'm wearing like suit pants and a collared shirt.
If you're brave and you want to kneel up front, or you're young, that'd be great. If you need help, we'll help you. We'll help you back up. We'll have the theater kids. Good. Good. Get a little bit closer this side. We have a couple of volunteers and the young folks.
I'm coming.
There you go.
Somebody.
There you go.
We have like 3 of you guys run over to this side. Quick Red Rover. One more. Good. Look up at the lens. Look happy, and on 3. Good. 1, 2, and 3. Look happy. Thank you for flicking your hair. Good. Nice flick. Let's see how you look. One more. Give it ta-da. Well, it's camera, so you got to go like that. Thank you.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Pam went out and bought a whole denim suit. I've had it. No.
Really?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
And thank you for coming to our event.
Yes.
I'm sorry that they fouled up your introduction,
That's okay.
but we'll get it right next year.
That's okay. Thank you.
All right, we have a few more proclamations. A few more. We are proclaiming May 2024 as Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month in Orange County Public Schools. May 2024 as National Speech Language Hearing Month in Orange County Public Schools. May 2024 as Building Safety Month. May 2024 as Haitian Heritage Month. May 2024 as Jewish American Heritage Month. May 2024 as Internal Audit Awareness Month. May 2024 as National Foster Care Awareness Month. May 2024 as Mental Health Awareness Month. May 2nd, 2024 as National School Lunch Hero Day. And we're going to, in a minute when we are done, we're going to get a picture of everybody. Thank you. May 2nd, 2024 as National Day of Prayer. May 5th through 11th, 2024 as Teacher Appreciation Week. And can I get Sarah Hudson to come to the podium and read the proclamation on behalf of the board and all of our wonderful 14,000 plus teachers?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sarah Hudson, and I am the proud OCPS Teacher of the Year for the 2023-2024 school year.
And we are proud of you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you to the school board members and Superintendent Vasquez for allowing me to have this opportunity tonight. Whereas the school board of Orange County deeply appreciates and values the work and commitment of its instructional staff, especially during these unprecedented times, and whereas the vision of Orange County Public Schools is to ensure every student has a promising and successful future. And whereas the school's district vision includes our teachers and the support of families and the community. And whereas teachers who are using their creativity when teaching students and engaging with parents are essential components of student success during distance learning. And whereas teaching is a profession that requires the ability and desire to impart knowledge, creativity, patience, and persistence, and to adapt all learning environments for all students. And whereas teachers dedicate themselves to their students' academic success as well as their social emotional well-being. And whereas besides parents and family members, teachers are the most influential individuals in the lives of our students and their future. And whereas Teacher Appreciation Week is observed nationally in May. Now, therefore, the school board of Orange County, Florida encourages parents, students, administrators, support staff, community partners, and citizens to show admiration and gratitude to OCPS teachers, and does hereby proclaim May 5th through 11th, 2024 as Teacher Appreciation Week in Orange County Public Schools. Thank you.
All right. Woo.
I need to bring the mini billboard. Oh, of course. Of course.
Ms. Hudson, you know, is from District 7. I just wanted to reiterate that.
That would be District 7 in Orange County Public Schools? Yes.
Yes.
One OCPS.
This is my sorority sister's little sister. Yes, Diva, yes.
Congratulations and thank you.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Oh, we're going to, I thought if they would just, we got two more, I think, proclamations, and then when we were done, I was going to go down and bring up our group. Okay, we are proclaiming May 8th, 2024 as National School Nurse Day. Oh, and that's it. Now, let's go down and take a picture, take a lunch. Let's take lunch with the National School Lunch Heroes.
Oh, we're so short on this board.
Thanks for pointing it in here. Oh, like stuck on my eyelash. I got it. I got it. We're going down.
You guys represent.
Where's the color around it? We like the color for these.
Put those guns out there. Let them see them.
That's right.
Y'all said good, I hope. He's very, I like him. He's just very boom. Yep.
This side loves you. Do you guys want? Come on over. Good, front row, pay attention. We're happy. You guys slide in just a little bit. Good, good, good. 1, 2, 3, lunch hero. There we go. Really, no?
You know, we still ain't got the agenda. Nah, I've been eating better.
Angie.
Yes, ma'am.
Be so vicious. I'm taking my dress. Say, board members here. You do realize all the news cameras right there would have went live.
I don't know why you come on a presentation.
From here?
From here.
See why we didn't talk.
I wonder if it's because.
Oh, baby, I did votes. I get plenty of votes. And then probably oil and prayer, since she's lost her mind. She's taking leave of her senses. Oh. He come running. Could you see Scott? He come running.
Okay. All right, Dr. Vasquez. We are on the strategic plan update. I am going to need to step out for just a minute. This is extremely important. I mean, the strategic plan update is extremely important. I had a wonderful briefing yesterday, and I will be right back. In the meantime, Vice Chair's in charge.
Okay. Go ahead.
Next is the strategic plan update. Dr. Vasquez.
Thank you, Vice Chair Gallo. So we have members of our incredible team who believe in preparedness. In fact, preparedness is their middle name, maybe their first and middle name. And they have worked to prepare our district for natural disasters in the event that we do have an active shooter. A very talented team. And this evening, they are going to present to you our family reunification plan. This plan provides the district with a method and structure to reconnect students and staff with loved ones after a significant event at one of our schools or administrative sites. It builds and reassures confidence in our community that we have a plan that has been vetted through our public safety partners And finally, it provides guidance so that we are able to account for all of those involved. And so I am going to turn it over to Mr. Silvestris and to Lou Alexis.
Evening, Madam Chair, board members, Superintendent. I'm Joe Silvestris, Senior Director of Safety and Emergency Management. Tonight we're going to be presenting to you a revised OCPS Family Reunification Plan. This plan sets the foundation and methods and processes to reunite students and staff after a significant event where accountability of everyone is our priority. I'd like to introduce to you your Emergency Management Director, Lou Alexis, who will go over the presentation with you.
Good evening, Vice Chair Gallo, members of the board, Dr. Vasquez. Thank you for the opportunity to present the reunification plan to you. As you all may be aware, Florida statute required that every school district adopt a reunification plan, and pursuant to the same statute that the Office of Safe Schools is required to provide a template to provide to school districts as a method for them to adopt their plan. One of the things that we as OCPS already had was a reunification plan. And because of that, in 2019, we actually tested the plan doing our reunification exercise during Resilient Orange. We had a 2-day exercise where day 1 was an active assailant situation and day 2 was reunification. So prior to the passage of the statute, we were well ahead of the curve with our own reunification plan. You'd be interested to know that the state's template actually used the same resource that we use is the I Love You Guys reunification method. It's one of those methods that's well regarded and has been tested, and they ensure that the latest expertise and guidance is incorporated into that reunification plan. It's the same method that we utilize in OCPS. What's different from the last version of our plan is that we adopted 2 new strategies in reunification, whereas our prior plan had the onus was on the schools itself to conduct reunification. So we looked at that, we looked at best practices, we determined there should be 2 strategies. Strategy 1 is a district-supported reunification, and that's where if something was to happen on location, but it's based on the extent and nature of the event, it's deemed that reunification can be conducted on site. So that's where the district would support by providing resources, providing staff. So you would have members of FNS, communication, emergency management, district police would deploy staff on location to aid in reunification effort. The second strategy is a district-led reunification effort, and that's where it's determined that the facility of impact cannot be utilized, that we must relocate everyone to an alternate facility. In that case, we would have one of our principal leaders that would lead that effort with support from various departments within the Division of Learning, and then the same departments within the district: communication, district police, law enforcement, transportation, and food and nutrition services. So during a reunification exercise or a reunification event, there's a lot of moving pieces. So there's a lot of coordination, and there's a lot of workflows and processes that must happen, and some of it happens simultaneously. So initially, if the event happened, what we would have is a standard response protocol action would take place, whether that's shelter, evacuate, and then we conduct what's called a rapid needs assessment. That's gathering information as far as what happened, what's the extent of try to paint a picture of exactly the extent of the event, and then notifications will go out. That's where district police will get involved, send out notifications. Once we get those notifications, we gather information to make sure that we brief the executive policy group so they can determine what our objectives are and which strategy that they will implement. Once that's done, we would activate our emergency coordination center to make sure that district resources are distributed, district resources are dispatched to the on-site reunification process. So once a strategy is selected, there's a series of action steps that must occur. One is ensuring that there's limited access to that reunification site, making sure that the individuals that are supposed to be there are the only ones allowed on campus. mobilizing resources and assets, making sure that we have what we need to able to fulfill our reunification functions, and accounting for staff, ensuring that we have access to student rosters, logs, any registration forms or anything like that, any information that would allow us to know who was on campus at the time, to make sure that we reunify those individuals. Opening the reunification site, of course, and then last but not least, accountability and closing it out. We want to make sure everyone is accounted for and is reunified with the appropriate individuals. Following that between that is a series of reunification area. The plan is, the way it's laid out is a constant flow. So reunification starts from the parking area. Once people come on property, we direct them where to park. As they're parking, we're providing information. We're providing them forms to fill out. So up till they get to the greeting area where they're welcome, and then we do the parent checking. That's where we look at our system, verify that the personal record is authorized to actually pick up the individuals being reunified. And then we have the parent waiting areas. All these areas are areas that are staffed. We have staff from the Division of Learning. And that's another thing. We wanted to make sure we build capacity, because it's not just the school. When something happened, we're all part of it. So we want to make sure everyone is familiar with our processes from beginning, from the parking to the time that they exit the facility. Well, one of the things that we've done also with our reunification team is we engage a lot of partners. You'd be happy to know that the Sheriff's Office vetted our reunification plan. They've provided input. Orlando Health have vetted our reunification plan and provided input. City of Orlando, the county emergency management staff have vetted our plans. As a matter of fact, we've had a series of tabletop exercises with the City of Orlando, and we have one next week with the county detailing reunification and family assistance planning. After the updates of our plan, we deemed that it was necessary to invite the people that developed the framework to come and train with us. So the I Love You Guys Foundation came down in February over the course of 2 days, and we had over 100 staff members. A lot of our high school principals, principal leaders were there, and also some members of the community, as I mentioned. So right now, I'd like to play a brief video for you of how that effort went back in February.
Incident commander to all teams at this time. Let's go ahead and send one parent through, make sure that we've got the process going.
Reunification is getting students back to their parents and guardians after an incident that occurs on the school property that requires the school to be closed.
So one of the things we try and do is give the tools so that it's a method. So it's not like a rigid process, but it's a method that they can go back, modify it to fit what their individual school building looks like, their number of staff, their support people. It gives them a way to build it and make it their own.
Come right on in and they go right to the table.
Okay, next student I need is Bo Chucky White. Bo Chucky White.
Practice make perfect. It's not their daily job, so it's important that we have a plan and we exercise that plan so that in the event that we have to activate the plan, they're very familiar with their roles and responsibilities.
Copy. Brady Harris is present and Brady Harris is headed out at this time.
It's important as emergency managers that we think about those things and we think about how we're going to plan, how we're going to react to those things when they do happen. And it's the same with reunifications.
As schools, we have to be accountable for our kids. And so there has to be some structure. You can wing it, but the problem is you're going to spend a lot of time trying to figure out where these kids are unless you have a process.
So during the training, we had participation from a lot of our partners. For example, UCF was there, City of Orlando Emergency Management, Orange County, the American Red Cross was there, even Orlando Health. One of the things that we want to make sure is that our partners are very familiar with our method, that they understand what our method is, and that way if we were to need them, they understand how they would fit in and where we would need them most. So during the reunification process, there are a lot of things to consider, and a plan have a lot of those planning consideration built into it. One is media staging. Being able to provide the media information on a consistent basis is vitally important. They're a vital partner to help us to communicate our message out there, so coordinating with them is important. Also, looking at schools that may be co-located or nearby of an impacted school, how that may impact the area. Will we need to move both schools, or is it safe enough to only conduct reunification at one school, just move one school? So the community impact is something that we look at. Also, school closures, the duration of time that a school may not be utilized for educational purposes, and having academic continuity for the time that the schools cannot be utilized is vitally important. Additionally, we do have, we share campus with a lot of community partners. I know some of our schools, we have YMCA that shares our school campuses. Some community organization also share our campuses. Right down the street at ACE, there's a pediatrician's office that shares campus with us. So our plan also look at consideration when it comes to those things. So some next steps for us really is, that's why we're here, is to adopt the framework, adopt the plan, continue training personnel. As a matter of fact, next week, as mentioned, we have a exercise with Orange County. In addition, we have training scheduled with the Division of Learning to train staff on the process on the various areas of reunification. We're planning to exercise our revised reunification plan on June 19th during preparedness days. And also, I was happy to know that our budget ask was considered to make sure that we have the supplies as we need to be able to conduct reunification. And that speaks to the leadership of the board and Dr. Vasquez's vision to ensure that we have what we need. Hopefully, we never have to use anything, but if we had to use any supplies or any resources, so you want to make sure that we have what we need to be successful. We're going to look at researching different technologies for efficiency purposes. Right now, our current process is using paper and pen. So we are looking to leverage technology. We're already in the process of doing that, looking at ways to be more efficient, and also looking at venues outside of our OCPS that could be utilized for reunification. Last slide for me is a shameless plug for our Preparedness Days event, which we do every year, semi-conference style event that will be at East River High School this year, June 18th and 19th. Day one of that reunification effort is basically we have a series of classes that we offer that principals and administrators can select from on day one. And then day two of Preparedness Days would be when we exercise our reunification plan. This year, what's changed from the last exercise, we actually have ROTC and drama students that will be part of the exercise, where we will be able to reunify them with school administrators that will be playing the role as parent. So hopefully you can come out and check out our Preparedness Days. Right now, I'll kick it over to Joe for some closing remarks, and then we can answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Lou. Appreciate that. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes? I take a moment just to recognize the great work that the EM team, due to your leadership and guidance and support, the district has assembled a phenomenal emergency management office that their talent, their training, their expertise, to me, is second to none. And I've worked with a lot of emergency management departments. Just a couple of points I'd like to highlight very quickly. This process is just one component of a very complex incident that's going to occur. There's a lot of moving parts. But what this does, it confirms for us and builds confidence in us that we're able to reunite kids back to their loved ones and our staff as well. Reunification is a formal process. This is where we're going to make sure that individual A is connected with individual B and that everybody is accounted for after the incident. I'm confident with our plan and our team members in emergency management, district police, our relationships with our public safety partners, that we are prepared. And we're going to be even more proficient as the days move forward, as we keep training and building our relationship with public safety, if this ever happens to occur in our district. This plan reinforces our commitment to our students, our staff, our visitors, our community, that their safety is a priority for us. But thank you for your time and support, and I'll turn it back over to the superintendent.
Thank you. Again, we appreciate all of the efforts that the team has made to ensure we have responses and protocols for events, both those that may be natural in nature or not. So the board, we are now ready to take any questions they might have.
Thank you, Superintendent. Member Byrd, you're recognized.
Thank you, Chair. I don't have any questions. I just have a couple comments. So, first of all, thank you for this presentation. And Superintendent, you're just hitting it out of the ballpark tonight with staff, just doing amazing things. And what I think is so interesting is, once again, OCPS is kind of ahead of the curve, right? I remember, I want to say right after I got on the board, maybe like 4 years ago, sitting down with the team, and we were just starting to discuss reunification and how we wanted to put a reunification plan in place and how that was so important. And I remember thinking at the time, God, I can't believe we haven't thought of this. It's so true, you know, you don't think about that, but that's a huge part of our emergency management. And then sure enough, the state comes out a couple years later and they're like, yeah, everybody's got to have a reunification plan. And we're like, yep, we already did it. So that happens quite often. So I'm pleased to know that we were ahead of the game there, and that we were already thinking proactively ways to make sure that what is already a extremely difficult situation is not made more difficult by, you know, not knowing where people are. So I love that we have this plan. I think it's a great plan. And I'll just quickly say that thank the staff for your work in training our schools, because recently, you know, a couple weeks ago or last week, we had an incident at one of my schools, and it was, you know, we had to evacuate. We had a fire. We had to evacuate, and the kids all had to be put out on the football field, and everything worked exactly how it was supposed to work. And you know, I see sometimes on social media comments that people make, and, you know, usually comments on social media are not positive. But what I saw from this was parents commenting on how well the school handled it, and how the parents felt like they were kept. They had communication, the kids were fed and had water, you know, food nutrition services was out there. The administrators were up in the field box with their computer and their laptop, taking in the emails from parents picking up kids, and, you know, everybody knew what they were supposed to do, and it all went well. And so that's just because we have such a great team that has trained our schools. So again, as a parent and a school board member, but as a parent, it really does make you feel good to know that your kids are in a place where the staff is trained and will get them home safe too. So thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Member Byrd. Vice Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So I do have a question. In the event, because we had an incident at one of my high schools a little while back, and kids were in the classroom for a very long time. So what is the plan for students who may have medical needs, may require medication, you know, diabetics, maybe kids who are prone to seizures that have to take medicine, or just students that may have to use the restroom? Like, what plans do we have in place kind of during the hold for those students?
So one of the things that we're encouraging public safety is to involve the school administrators, and that's can't stress the importance of the school administrator, especially coming from public safety, going to school events, that school administrator to be there because they know the students, the culture, the campus, and we would look for them for guidance and then address those issues as they come up.
But are we encouraging schools to have like a contingency plan? I know we can't think of everything, but I was just curious.
These incidents are very dynamic, and it just depends on the situation. But what's key is the administrators and public safety coming together and working on a plan. Once the threat's over with, then we need to start getting the school back to being managed and addressing those issues with those special needs kids. I've stressed to the Sheriff's Office and Fire Rescue that the district is very complex. It's just not, it's very diverse, and there's a lot of things that go on. So you're not just going to possibly what we would call a general school. There could be kids with special needs, so we make them aware of that.
Thank you. And a great job on this. I know how much time and work and effort went into this reunification. I know, as Member Byrd mentioned, we've been working on it for several years, and there's a lot, so it's not an easy plan to put together. And I do believe that we're ahead of the ballpark across the state with our reunification plan. I think I mentioned it to you when we did our one-on-ones, but I would love to be trained because let me tell you, I'm a PTA mom. Ain't nobody can get in there and organize stuff like I can. And it's going to be all hands on deck. So I would love to be trained, and I pray that there's never an incident and I don't need to ever be anywhere. But if there was, I would absolutely come out and help with the reunification.
Excellent, Member or Vice Chair. Good idea. Let me go to Member Castrodell.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you so much for the presentation. And thank you for our earlier one-on-one meeting. You all answered so many of the questions that I had, and because you had already thought them through. And I tried to think of something unique and a different angle. Well, have you thought of this? And yes, you had. But not only did you go through this whole thought experiment, you actually have it written down, and you're training our administrators in June and with a simulation. And I would like to recommend that we invite people from the DOE, whichever office is appropriate, maybe even the commissioner, to come and see how we're going about preparing for this event, whether it's likely or not. You heard from 2 board members that they actually had to put part of this into action. So whether it's a natural disaster or a fire in the bathroom or whatever the event is, our administrators need to be trained, and I think it's very proactive, and I appreciate the superintendent for making this possible. I also know that it is something that needs to be funded, whether it's with staff or communications, and I would hope that when we invite someone from the Department of Education, that they can see what kind of funding needs are necessary, and then also they can use this as a model for other districts. But thank you for putting this all together. It's very important. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Castrodell. Member Fromm.
Hi, good evening. Thank you. Just wanted to say thank you all for all your hard work. I know this is one of the biggest things on parents' mind is just the safety and security of their students. And I know you all are always thinking beyond just, maybe the obvious, but really looking at like Member Byrd was saying, the reunification and thinking kind of beyond what maybe the statute is saying or the Department of Education, but kind of thinking ahead. And so I was super excited to find out that the Department of Education had used your work as kind of a template to show other counties this is how it's done. And I think we saw firsthand with the high school that happened. I think it was Timber Creek, yeah. So at Timber Creek, and many of the parents I'd heard from parents saying that the reunification, the way all of that had played out, was just very well done. Everyone kind of knew what they were doing, knew how to handle that, and at least in the sense that parents knew where to go to get information. They knew who to talk to, where to go. And so I really appreciate that. And I think the other board members with questions had great great questions, and look forward to just seeing how we can continue to look forward and have that forward thinking and kind of think about things that other people haven't thought of yet. So I appreciate your hard work.
Thank you, Member Front. Member Salamanca.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, echo everything that was set up here. Thank you so much for this. And just, you did walk us through a bit of this earlier. And I think when something like this happens, or potentially we believe something might be wrong, we up here get so many calls as well. And so in whatever checklist you have, make sure you get us the information that we can also forward to everyone. We hear from the district very quickly when something is happening, but we also hear very quickly from our parents immediately. And I think we always want to direct them to the correct resources and the right information. And social media tends to be one of the first places they go to. And sometimes things on there are not as accurate as they are. And so I also would love to be part of the training if possible, and so any information, if not this one, the next one. I think it's really valuable for us to know as well how we can be helpful and a good source of information for our parents and community. So thank you.
Thank you, Member Salamanca. Member Castro-Dental.
Yeah, sorry for taking a second bite at the apple. I have a question about the simulation. Is it possible, or would it be helpful to have actual parents and not people posing as parents? The PTA would be great, but people who were not training from the inside, but with this perspective of the outside and how that information goes out to them. I don't know, it just might give another layer. Maybe you've thought of that already.
Yeah, it is something, we're always thinking ahead. For this go around, we're thinking let's engage some students, especially ROTC. Let's limit it to see how it works out. Future exercises, absolutely. I already told Joe, I was like, yeah, I want parents to engage and involve. And part of our strategy really is to try to educate parents as much as possible about our process. To the scope, not tactical, but as much as possible. If they understand that we have a plan, what it entails, that it requires their patience and cooperation, and we can invite them and engage them, absolutely.
Thank you. I wonder if that might be something you could share with a SAC meeting, just that there is such a thing, and just some highlighted information, just to give parents some level of confidence in that there is a plan. I think it might help during those fraught moments to know that there is something, that there is a plan. Thank you.
Dr. Kester, go ahead, Superintendent.
So we may be able to put together like even a short video presentation that can be shown at open houses at the beginning of the year, so that our families can have a positive, safe start to the school year, and that gives our team a couple of months to be able to put that out. But that's a great suggestion, that we push out information to our families.
Yeah, thank you, Superintendent. I think that would go a long ways, and just may not change how people feel in the middle of a crisis, but between now and then, to give our parents more confidence with more knowledge is a great idea. We had a really good conversation yesterday. I've asked all the questions that I have about reunification. One question came to mind as I was thinking through this sitting up here, and I think it's probably a law enforcement question. It's kind of like pre-reunification. When there is a crisis, we know that parents are going to rush to the school, and the plan for dealing with that chaos, which we saw in a microcosm of a way, I'm assuming that's law enforcement, and they have a plan for how to keep our parents from unintentionally interfering with the process. So that's a yes. Okay. Okay, thank you. All right, well, I don't think we have any further questions. Thank you all so much, and look forward to the 18th and 19th of June.
Thank you.
Correct?
Yep.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, where are we on the agenda? We are on the approval of the agenda. Huh? Adoption of the agenda, sorry. I'm just looking at the time, it's 7:16. So Dr. Vasquez, you did indicate, I think, that there is a change to the agenda, that there's an addition to the agenda. So with that change, is there a motion to amend the agenda as requested by the superintendent?
So moved.
Moved by the vice chair, seconded by? Seconded by member Gould, and all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries unanimously. Now I'll entertain a motion to adopt the agenda as amended.
So moved.
Moved by vice chair, seconded by member Castor-Denel. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next up, let me ask before we go into public hearings, pardon me? Do we have any speakers?
There are no speakers that signed up. You did receive a letter from the chair of the Cove Committee for 17.02, but we can wait until then.
Okay. Okay. Vice Chair, did you have a question? Okay. Okay. A comment or correction? Or, okay. Yeah. Okay. So we'll move on to public hearing 3.01. Request approval of the rezoning for Relief School 130-E-2 to commence August 2025. Dr. Vasquez, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is our public hearing on rezonings that we have had rule development and work sessions previously, and so I am going to turn it over to Stacy Neal to begin the presentation.
Good evening, Chair Jacobs, Superintendent Vasquez, board members, and staff. Yes, tonight we would like to present the relief school for 130E-2, which is a relief school, targeted rezoning for Millennia Gardens option, technical rezoning, Ocoee Crown Point planned unit development alignment. And please forgive me, I'm sorry, I do want to introduce, I have Renata Parapche, one of the senior administrators who will be doing most of the presentation afterwards, Thomas Moore, the demographer, Dr. Andy Westerman, and Amy McCormick. I apologize.
No, thank you.
Our rezoning timeline is here. February 12th, we held the community meeting at 6 p.m. here in the RBELC. February 20th, we had a school board work session. March 26th, school board rule development workshop, and then we're here tonight for the public hearing. If approved, all the commencement of each rezoned area, 130E2, would be August 2025, Millennia Gardens, August 2024, and Ocoee Crown Point PUD alignment, which is a technical, August 2024. First, we want to start with 130-E-2, and I would like to introduce or have Tommy come up so that he can give some background.
Okay, this is our growth map, and I'm sure you're familiar with it by now. This is probably the third time we've shown this map. The colored areas are projects in our residential database that are either planned, platting, or getting ready to start or underway. We're in the southeast part of the county, and this has been a fast-growing area for a while, with about 12,000 new students in the past 15 years. The district has built 8 new relief schools so far in that same time frame. In addition, we have a new middle and high school opening this August. So today we are discussing elementary school 130E2 in South Lake Nona. South Lake Nona is undergoing construction of about 1,600 units on the eastern side. The western portion will start in a year or so with about 2,500 new units. New residential construction is occurring at about 150 to 250 homes a year in that area. So in addition, we have some anticipated residential construction in the south part of the Eagle Creek zone. This area is not within the Eagle Creek community, but within the attendance zone for the school. Putting this area in the new school could potentially relieve Eagle Creek School from future overcrowding. So, now Renata.
Good evening. This is our advertised option for 130E2, and let me orient you through the map. The red lines represent current elementary zones. The bottom line is the orange Osceola County line. Schools involved are Laureate Park Elementary School and Eagle Creek Elementary School. Each proposed zone is accompanied by a text box with the following information: name of the school, permanent program capacity, proposed number of students in the new zone, and projected number of students to attend the school in August of 2025 when the new school opens. For example, Laureate Park permanent program capacity is 791. The proposed number of students residing in the new zone is 953, and the projected number of students to attend Laureate Park in August 2025 is between 860 and 880. The new zones are in color. Laureate Park Elementary is in pink. Eagle Creek is in green. And the new school is in yellow. Please take a moment to review the map. The next slide represents a demographic overview of the rezoning. The first column shows the name of the school involved in the rezoning with the school's permanent program capacity. The next column displays student enrollment captured on October 16, 2023, with a percent breakdown for race and ethnicity, white, black, and other, and non-Hispanic and Hispanic. The third column displays the current number of students residing in each zone. The next column shows how many students will be residing in each zone if this rezoning takes place, with a percent breakdown for race and ethnicity, white, black, and other, and non-Hispanic and Hispanic, and projected number of students to attend the school in August of 2025. The next column is farms, free and reduced meals, ESE, exceptional student education, and ELL, English language learners. Please take a moment to review the numbers. We received input from 3 families, 1 family in support and 2 families opposing. This concludes my presentation for 130E2. Dr. Vasquez?
All right. Any comments or questions from board members? We have no public comments, so I will entertain a motion.
Sorry, we were looking at the map because it's next to both of our districts. So yes, I'm supportive of this rezoning. I think I talked to the community; they're very excited about the new elementary school, and they're both going to be fantastic. And Lake Nona will continue to be really strong. Parents love their schools there. So I would like to make a motion to approve this.
Okay, we have a motion to accept the recommendation for the zoning from Member Salamanca, seconded by Member Ferrant. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Dr. Vasquez?
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. Our next public hearing is for the targeted rezoning for Millennia Gardens.
The purpose of this rezoning is to reduce current and future over-enrollment at Millennia Gardens. The red lines on the map represent current elementary school zones boundary lines. The following schools are included in this rezoning: Millennia Gardens Elementary, Palmetto Elementary, Sadler Elementary, Lancaster, and Pine Log. Each proposed zone is accompanied by a text box with the following information: name of the school, permanent program capacity, proposed number of students in the new zone, and projected number of students to attend the school in August of 2024. For example, Millennia Gardens permanent program capacity is 730. The proposed number of students residing in the new zone is 748, and the projected number of students to attend Millennia Gardens in August 2024 is between 700 and 720. The new zones are in color. Millennia Gardens is in yellow, Palmetto is in orange, Sadler is in blue, Lancaster is in purple, and Pine Log is in green. I will give you a moment to review the map. And there is the demographic breakdown for each school. Please review the numbers. If approved, this rezoning would commence in August 2024. We have not received any input from the community. And this concludes my presentation for Millennia Gardens option. Dr. Vasquez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We're prepared to answer any questions from the board.
All right, any questions from board members? Again, we have no public comments. I'm sorry, Member Felder.
I don't necessarily have a question, but we've gone over this when you all met with me. And I do understand and see the logistics of the how you setting up the zone. We just had there's a hotel that's coming up over there, and I do realize we have to do something so that we will not have so much overcrowding. Maybe I may need to meet with the people in that district and kind of share with them, because anytime you hear rezoning, a lot of times parents, they do get a little antsy about it, but based on the numbers which you've so eloquently shared with us and illustrated on our PowerPoint, is necessary. We have to do it. So I think that I'll do what Maria Salamanca did with her district, explain to them, talk to them why this has to be done. I just want to comment and tell you thank you for how you prepared it. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Felder. Do we have a motion? Move, I'm sorry. Okay. Motion by motion by Member Ferrant, seconded by Member Castor-Denel. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. All right, Dr. Vasquez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Our final public hearing is to request the technical rezoning of Ocoee Crown Point planned unit development alignment.
On the map, the hashed area is the PUD property that is located within two elementary school zones, Prairie Lake and Dillard Street. The area to be rezoned is in yellow. The area in pink is an adjacent property, which is Ocoee High School property. Both areas are currently zoned for Prairie Lake Elementary Zone. If approved, the targeted area and the adjacent property will be moved from Prairie Lake Elementary to Dillard Street Elementary. This will allow the entire development to be zoned for the same school. There are currently no OCPS elementary students residing there. The targeted area is expected to generate 40 elementary students. And there is the plan of the development where you can see the West Orange Trail dividing the property. If this rezoning is approved, this is how the zones are going to look. The purple area is the Prairie Lake zone. And the green area is the Dillard Street zone. This rezoning will commence in August 2024. We received input from 3 families, all in favor of the rezoning. I would want to note that 2 inputs came from areas not affected by the rezoning. This concludes the presentation for Ocoee Crown Point Plant Unit Development Alignment. Dr. Vasquez.
Thank you, Renata. Madam Chair, again, we are prepared to take any questions from board members.
Alrighty, thank you. Any comments or questions from board members? No public comments on this, so I'll entertain a motion. Motion for approval. From Member Byrd, do we have a second? Second by Vice Chair Gallo. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Okay, we are on consent agenda. Motion to approve the consent agenda would be in order. Any member of the board offer a motion to approve the consent agenda? Member Salamanca? Do we have a second? Second. Is that Member Ferrant? Gould. Gould. God, second by Member Gould. Pardon me? It was from, I know it was from the left. I knew it was from the left. Or maybe from the right, depending upon how you looked at it. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. All right, give me just a minute. Thank you. All right, I'm recessing the regular meeting of the Orange County School Board and calling to order the meeting of the Orange County School Board Leasing Corporation. The first action item is requesting approval of the minutes of the Orange County School Board Leasing Corporation dated November 14th, 2023. Are there any comments or questions regarding the minutes? And if not, I'll entertain a motion. Motion by Member Gould. Is there a second? Second. Second by Vice Chair. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. The second item is for a motion. I'm sorry. The next item is to consider the resolution authorizing the sale of the certificates in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $195 million to provide funds for the lease purchase financing of comprehensive projects. Yes. I'm sorry.
Madam Chair, I need to do this.
You need to do this?
Yes.
Okay, you do this.
Okay. Madam Chair.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm supposed to do it.
We need to go back to the consent. Finish.
Yeah.
Finish where we are, and we'll go back to the consent. Thank you. Okay. All right, let me start over again with the resolution authorizing the sale of the certificates in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $195 million to provide funds for the lease purchase financing of comprehensive projects, including replacement buildings, remodeling, renovations, and additions at Olympia High School and Odyssey Middle School, and for remodeling and renovating projects at Boone High School, and authorizing the execution of related documents in connection therewith. Any discussion by board members regarding the resolution? If not, I'll entertain a motion for approval or denial. Motion by Member Salamanca. Is there a second? Second by Member Ferrant. All in favor, please say aye. 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 With no further business to address, I'm adjourning the meeting of the Orange County School Board Leasing Corporation and reconvening the regular meeting of the Orange County School Board. And now, I believe, Member Felder?
Involved first.
Member, Ms. Enval.
I'm looking, I do believe someone needs to make a motion to reconsider because Member Felder was supposed to abstain from voting on one of the items from the consent agenda.
Okay. Well, I'll move to reconsider.
Doesn't it have to be by the original motion maker? I believe so. Yes. It does. So we need the minutes. Who was the
To
original
reconsider?
motion maker on the consent agenda?
To reconsider?
Yeah, to
Okay.
reconsider, it has to be by the original motion.
Member Salamanca, you made the motion.
Reconsider? All right, we have a motion to reconsider the approval of the consent agenda, and that was made by Member Salamanca. Do we have a second to reconsider? We have a second by Member Ferrand. All in favor of the motion to reconsider the approval of the consent agenda, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Nay.
Now we're back on the consent agenda. Now, before we entertain a vote on, you have a motion to approve the consent agenda. We'll have a second, and then you're going to abstain.
Yes.
Okay. So do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Do we have a second? Member Ferrand seconds it.
I
Member Felder,
abstain.
you're recognized.
Yeah. All right, now, thank you. Madam Chair, prior to us taking a vote on the consent agenda, I would like to make an announcement regarding item 5.01. Pursuant to section 112.3143, Florida statutes, I must abstain from voting on any measure which would inure to my special private gain or loss. Item 5.01 contains the approval of my leave of absence as a teacher. Because it is important to candidly disclose this conflict, I am publicly stating for the record that I'm abstaining from voting in my official capacity on item 5.01, which would inure to my benefit. I will also be filing Form 8B, which is a memorandum of voting conflict for county, municipal, and other local public officers provided by the Florida Commission on Ethics with the school board clerk to be included in the minutes of this meeting. I will be voting on the remainder of the consent agenda items. Thank you.
All right. All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries with all members present except for Member Felder voting in the affirmative. Member Felder is abstaining due to a conflict of interest. All right. We are on 17.02, approve a resolution ordering and providing for the holding of a referendum election to determine if the electors of the School District of Orange County, Florida, authorize the School Board of Orange County, Florida to continue the 1/2 cent sales surtax for school construction, reconstruction, improvement, land acquisition, land improvement, design and engineering costs, retrofitting, and providing technology implementation and service of bond indebtedness. We have still no members of the public. We do? Do we have a member of the public?
We don't have a member of the public, but you did receive a public comment from Chair Knipe of the Cove. I don't know if you want to read it into the record or if you want to just keep it as part of the record. I believe you have a copy of all that.
Madam Chair, I would not mind reading it into the record.
Pardon me?
I would not mind reading it into the record.
All right. Okay, go ahead.
Dear members of the School Board of Orange County, I am contacting you in my capacity as a chairperson for Orange County Public Schools Citizens Construction Oversight and Value Engineering Committee. Our group is made up of independent Orange County citizen volunteers with expertise in construction, engineering, finance, and auditing who review and have input into the OCPS building program. COVE was created as a commitment to the voters of Orange County to ensure proper oversight of the district's capital construction program. Our Cove Committee has evaluated the proposed continuation of the OCPS half-cent sales tax and wholeheartedly support this important referendum question being placed before Orange County voters on the November 2024 general election ballot. Although the OCPS building program is fiscally prudent in providing Orange County students a safe and nurturing physical environment in which to learn and grow, it will need nearly $4 billion more than what is currently available over the next decade to continue maintaining current schools while increasing the number of schools and school buildings to keep up with the needs of the population growth of Orange County. Thanks to voters, the half-cent sales tax has raised more than $4 billion for school building projects since 2002, with more than 50% collected from tourists and non-residents. This funding has helped the district fund the improvement or replacement of 136 schools and open 65 new ones since the inception of the half-cent sales tax in 2003. Cove strongly supports the School Board of Orange County voting in favor of placing the half-cent extension on the November 2024 ballot. This is an opportunity for our community to continue its investment in OCPS school facilities and will enable our school district to provide students with the best possible education in safe, secure, and technologically up-to-date facilities. Thank you for your consideration. When we work together as partners in our children's education, we attain the greatest results. Yours in service, Patrick J. Knipe, Chairperson, Cove Committee.
Thank you, Superintendent. I want to take a minute to echo the comments of the chair of the Cove Committee. One of the things that concerns me the most about this referendum is I hear the question a lot, is this important? And this is beyond important. This is absolutely crucial. When I asked our chief of facilities and when I asked our CFO, how much of our capital improvement money comes from this sales tax? 100%. This is the only source of revenue that we have to maintain the facilities that we built. I mean, I'm incredibly proud of what the district has done over the last 20 years, how many schools we have in place now, how much we've reduced portables, the quality of our schools, but that will not be the case 5 years from now, 6 years from now, 8 years from now, if we can't maintain the facilities that we've built, and we simply will not have the money. There's no other source of money for us to take advantage of. It just doesn't exist. So I'm confident this board understands what's at stake. I'm confident this board is going to vote for this. I hope that our public understands and that we're able to communicate that, because if they do understand, I'm 100% confident the public will support this overwhelmingly. They've supported us time and time again. Our citizens understand how important our children are, their education. It's really awesome to live in a community that stands behind their kids. So I'm quite confident that as long as we get that message out and clearly communicate how great this need is and how dependent we are on the public renewing, not increasing, just renewing the revenues we have right now, we will be able to continue to operate one of the finest school districts in the nation. So with that, I will call on Vice Chair and then I'll entertain a motion. Vice Chair?
Thank you, Madam Chair. So I agree with what Madam Chair just said wholeheartedly. I'm in support of this referendum. It's needed, as the Chair of the Cove Committee pointed out. It's not just for maintaining our buildings. It's not just for building buildings. It's not just for fixing the HVAC when it goes down, and we live in Florida and it goes down quite often. It's about the safety and the security of our students. It's about ensuring that we have the safest buildings that we can have for our students and staff when they enter our buildings. And we won't be able to guarantee that without this half-penny sales tax. We won't be able to provide state-of-the-art equipment that we can to our facilities like we're so fortunate to do now. So I am in support of it. I believe that our community will be in support of it too. And I believe that our students and our staff deserve the best facilities that we can provide. So thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Member Gould, you're recognized.
Thank you, and I'm also very appreciative of the chair of COVE really articulating so well the need of the school district, but just as importantly is the value our great facilities with great content in them provide to the community as a whole. Whether you have kids in school or not, you are benefiting from a top-notch district that increases property values, that attracts diverse businesses because they're confident that they can pull a workforce here. It's all of those things. And that basic foundation is first a facility that you can go into that feels welcoming, it's clean, it doesn't look like it's deteriorating. We're not having to fix plumbing all of the time, which when I came on the board, we still had many buildings that had well outlived their lifespan. And the infrastructure issues within those buildings were not fixable without demolition. They just weren't. So this is vitally important, not only for the well-being of our students, but really for the economic development of our community.
Thank you, Member Gould. Member Felder.
Thank you, Chair. I, too, am pleased with the response of the chairperson of COVE. I appreciate the opportunity that our community has to have some input financially with the building of our schools here in Orange County. I, for one, know that we've done what we could, and we really need to continue to do more to make sure the schools, not only that we build new schools, but the schools that are already in existence get the proper renovation. I know some schools in my district, they're doing it, the renovations right now, and it means a lot, and we have to. And school districts determine the trajectory of a community's growth, of a city's growth. People come to your city because of the schools. They want to come in the neighborhoods because of the schools, how they physically look. Yes, the teaching, the educational opportunities, but how they look, because what you see first is the thing that draws you. And I'm very proud to say that in Orange County District here, we have some beautifully constructed schools. And those that have been constructed, say 10, 15, 20 years, this half-penny sale tax is going to help us keep the renovation going. So I appreciate the help, the participation that we've had with our citizens here, that they understand the need for having this so that we can have better facilities for our students, for our children. And I would like to, say again with my other fellow board members that we need this referendum. And I appreciate what the chairperson sent to us, and I stand with them. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Felder. Member Member Salamanca.
Thank you, Chair. As similar to everyone here, I'm incredibly supportive of this referendum. It is, when I talk to other school board members in other districts around the state, this is not what happens in other districts, right? With this tax, we've been able to replace 136 schools and open 65 new ones. I represent a community that is growing a lot, and we need a lot of schools over the next 10, 15 years. And this is money that will make a huge difference in my district going forward. And when you go to other districts around the state, because they lack sometimes the same source of revenue, you see that their schools have a lot of difficulties with air conditioning, with paint, with roofs. I mean, basic things that you kind of expect as a parent and as a student to be taken care of. But we do not take that for granted here in Orange County, that the voters have been supportive of the community, of our schools, of our staff, for them to have safe, secure, good-looking facilities that really make a difference and have an incredible impact on learning every day, and how important it is to have clean air and good paint and floors and a roof that works. And so we are very thoughtful about how we spend this money. It is something we as a district are very transparent on where every dollar goes. And it's very important that we continue to do this and that the voters understand this. And I will definitely be spending a lot of time talking to my district and parents and community members, telling them where their money has gone and where it will continue to go. So.
Thank you, Member Salamanca. Member Castellanos.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I appreciate the Cove Committee and all the work they've done to really provide that strong oversight of how these funds are spent. That transparency is vital when you're dealing with funds that the taxpayers provide. I would say that strong schools really support a strong economy. Schools are the center of a neighborhood. They're the hub. And this referendum will make sure that we continue to look at equity and the way we allocate these funds. It'll touch every neighborhood at every school, whether it's a new school or they're renovated or they have systems updates. So this is one of the, I think, more equitable referendums that we can have. And I haven't heard anyone mention that 50% of this will come from tourists. So the burden isn't simply on the residents, but we will benefit. So I am in full support, especially since our state no longer provides that funding for our school buildings like they used to. We have to make up the difference locally, and I'm always bragging about how our community in Orange County has such strong support for our public schools, and it's a mutually beneficial relationship. So I'm confident that our residents will also feel the same way. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Castellanos. Member Byrd.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to briefly comment about the safety aspect that Member Gallo spoke about. When my family first started in OCPS, the elementary school that my daughters attended was one of the old schools that was on the 136 school list to be rebuilt. And when we started, it was, the covered walkways with the portables. The entire building was the covered walkways with the portables, all the classrooms. And there was, it wasn't all fenced off. And I remember thinking when my baby started kindergarten, gosh, anybody could just walk up to these classrooms. This is really not safe, and not feeling great, as a parent, and being nervous. And then it got rebuilt, and now it is like all of our other buildings, one single point of entry. Everything is fenced off. You can't get to the classrooms without going through the front entranceway, and it's a totally different ball game now with these schools and the way they're built, and that all of those schools were rebuilt from this half-penny sales tax. So I wholeheartedly agree with this. I think that now is the time we have to obviously renew it so we can continue to take care of all those buildings that we've built, that we rebuilt, and so we can continue. And I too am in an area that is full of massive growth coming. So I, and definitely in support of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Byrd. Member Farrant.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So for me, when I look at this, it really is about a return on your investment. And I think for anyone who is wondering, what is the investment? What does it look like? as I walk through my schools in District 3, I've seen total transformations from schools that really were probably built in the 50s, 60s, and they have been completely remodeled, renovated. When we send our children to school, we want them to be in a facility that looks bright and cheerful, and the AC works, and the facilities all work properly. And knowing that the funding that comes in from this sales tax actually builds the brand new schools, it renovates all of our current existing schools, and it really does help our communities vastly. So I think when you're wondering, should I or shouldn't I vote yes or no, you do what's best for your family, obviously, but when I can tell you and guarantee you that the funding that does come in, it really does go right back into the schools, and it's helping our students, our teachers, staff, and our communities. And so I'm excited to see what happens here. So thank you.
Thank you, Member Farrant. All right, I think everybody's spoken. I will open the floor for a motion. Motion by Vice Chair. Is there a second? Second by Member Castro-Dental. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Absolutely what I expected. Unanimous vote of approval to place this on the ballot. Next step is this will go to the County Commission for their approval to place it on the ballot. All right. Superintendent, do you have a report for the board?
I do, Madam Chair. I'm going to take a few minutes to provide some important updates. The first one is dealing with transportation. As you know, we have struggled with drivers, as has much of our country, and our team has worked on various strategies to attempt to minimize the impact it has had on our students. One new strategy that just went into play is the bus rider registration form. It will allow us to be able to start developing routes for the following school year beginning in June. Parents can access the form through Skyward. We have sent messaging to families informing them to complete the registration form. We will continue to message and work with parents through August. We understand this is a new process and there will be a couple of bumps along the way, but we are very hopeful that this is going to provide a smoother experience for our bus riders at the start of the school year. The district is also continuing to pilot the student IDs. The IDs are also being used with the tablet, and the pilot is going very well. It does allow for the students to be able to update real time through a parent app that is also being piloted. We are hopeful that all of those will be able to be expanded to all of our schools, so parents will be able to track their child getting on the bus, know when they arrive as well. Second, I'd like to give a few updates related to our instructional staff. We have released to teachers the opportunity during pre-planning for the upcoming school year to be able to work remotely 2 days, if they so choose. Those 2 days are Friday, August the 2nd, and Tuesday, August the 6th. The planning days could include virtual planning, team, or school meetings, but on those 2 days, teachers will not be required to be on campus to participate in those meetings. Additionally, we have been able to secure dollars for 10 voluntary planning days during the summer that will be available to our classroom teachers. Details of those planning days will be sent out. They must be completed prior to the first day of planning, and the funding is coming through the use of ESSER dollars. So we are very grateful to be able to provide that voluntary 10 planning days. for our teachers during the summer. Great news about People One Health. They have secured the 4 locations. The first one is 5840 West Colonial Drive. The second is 207 West Gore, Suite 200. The third one is 7350 Sand Lake Commons Boulevard. And the fourth one is located at 5449 South Cimarron Boulevard. And I am so happy to announce that after just one day, we have 756 of our employees that are enrolled. That's more than what we have for SureFit. So we are very excited about the potential this has as not only a one-stop shop, but potentially cost savings for our employees. And there is information that has been provided via a website for our employees to get more information. I'd also like to announce that the Department of Education has awarded Orange County Public School a Stronger Connections grant in the amount of $3 million. And it will help us develop a welcome center to ensure equitable access for newcomer families and the implementation of family connection visits in transitional grades to build relationships between families and the school staff. I'm very thankful to Josie Medina and Dr. Tashonda Brown Cannon's team and their work with grants to be able to make this a reality for our district. I'm very excited about what this means for our community. I'd also like to announce that our food and nutrition team received an audit from the United States Department of Agriculture. Our district seems to be on the list for all sorts of audits, but this one is impressive. There were 0 findings. I know. Yes. Again, thank you to Roberto and his FNS staff. The reviews included meal access and reimbursement, meal patterns and nutritional quality, resource management, general program compliance, financial compliance, procurement compliance, and other federal requirements. So congratulations to our FNS team. That's incredible. 0 findings for this audit. And lastly, I would like to recognize, and I believe we have a slide for this. On March 27th, the State Board of Education approved the list of schools of excellence. And this year, we are proud to announce that the schools that are listed on the screen earned a total of points that would rank them in the 80th percentile or higher within the grade groupings. We are so excited that there were 13 new schools that were added to the list from the previous year. So congratulations to our schools of excellence and to our phenomenal team. That really makes me so proud to be superintendent, and I love what I do. Thank you.
Thank you. Vice Chair Gallo.
Thank you. I do have a question, but before the question, I just want to point out that I'm the only one with a high school in the School of Excellence. I don't know if anybody picked up on that. But I kindly told her I had 15. Yes, you did. I only have 9. Well, we're working on it for next year. In the People's One, so I filled out the survey as soon as I got it because I wanted to see what it looked like and the options were. And so you had to pick a location, and they only listed 2 locations. The other 2 locations weren't listed. So for those of us who did the survey, do we have to go back and re-choose the location closest to us? How do we do that? Just for the almost 800 people out there that may be in my position.
So I'm going to ask Doreen Concolino, our Chief Financial Officer, to come to the podium and respond.
Thank you.
Good evening. We're very excited about People One. I just got the text from Beth while we were sitting here this evening that the 4 sites were secured and the numbers that I provided to the superintendent. You make a very valid point, and I am sure there is going to be further communication that's coming out. Okay?
All right, thank you.
We'll get you that.
Thank you.
Member Salamanca?
Forget it. I had my question was answered about Pam, but it was generally, I think the folks might want to know, what goes into these schools and the list and how do they come about. I think I got some questions from parents on social media about the list, and I know Angie has Timber Creek. One, it used to be District 2 school. Second, I'm the only one on this school board that went to Timber Creek High School, so some might call me excellent too.
Lord have mercy.
So that might be a question for folks as parents. Definitely want to know kind of what goes into that.
And I will double check, but I think that we can post not just the list, but a link that then gives the criteria of how you achieve that recognition, and then what are some of the benefits of having that. But they have to be within the 80th percentile or higher in points within, so if they're elementary, within the elementary schools, middle, and then high school.
All right, thank you. Ms. Emvall, do you have a report for the board? No. Okay. Vice Chair. Okay. Oh, yes, thank you. Vice Chair.
I have a policy level I want to bring before the board, but I can wait.
Okay, thank you. So communications update. Let me turn to Chair.
It's very fast because we've already talked about most of it and just passed the language for the resolution, but our meeting today was really focused around ensuring that we felt we had the right language that was descriptive for the community. So that's it.
All right, thank you. Member Caster-Dental, was yours as a committee report? Okay. All right, so with that, question, any members that have policy level item they want to put on discussion for future work session? I'm sorry, Member Vice Chair.
Thank you, Member Chair. Or thank you. It's Madam Chair. It's getting a little late. So we have a policy about our application selection and process, and I forget the policy number because when Mr. Palmerini sent me the screenshot, it didn't list the policy number, but it's the one that deals with the application and selection process. And we haven't updated that policy in a while. And just recently, it was brought to my attention through a parent that was trying to get into a magnet school that wasn't moving here, or they had secured property, but then decided to demo their land. And they were coming from Miami. They still reside in Miami because a house is getting built. The house isn't going to be built, but they will be here by August. But per our policy, you have to live in Orange County at the time that you file the application. And considering the current environment that we're in with vouchers, I think we need to live in the environment that we were given. And with that being said, I think that it's long overdue that this policy be reviewed so that we can make sure we're up to date, because I believe that we should allow people, we should give a priority, maybe if that's what the board decides, to those who reside in Orange County. But if someone knows they're moving up here and would like to apply but just hasn't moved here, if they get here prior to the start of school, we should honor the request to attend that magnet. And maybe Mr. Palmerini can tell us what.
Ms. Emvall? Okay.
And so I believe we can loop that in the proposed revisions in with that as well.
It's also, we will also want to look at JFBD as well, the magnet school policy, because it does have a application selection section in there. So we want to make sure that that's aligned with JCA as well.
All right. And go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think that it's important that we provide a level of customer service to our constituents, to our customers, because that's what they are, they're our customers, to ensure that we're putting stuff into policy that makes sense, and we're basically recruiting people into Orange County.
And if I can piggyback on that, I've got a meeting coming up with Mr. Moody. And I think it's the same policy. We have in the policy, if you have an older sibling that's in the magnet school and you are seeking to get in the magnet school, the district may give a preference to the other sibling. The language doesn't speak to the issue of twins. And so I look forward to the opportunity to discuss whether that should apply equally to twins. So just ironic that you would bring that up, and I was planning on asking for us to consider discussing this policy. So you all already wanted to do it, so I really don't need to poll the board for support since it was a plan in process. Then let me go to Member Byrd. Okay, anybody else have a policy level issue? Member Kester-Denel, okay. Member Gould, was yours?
Nope.
Okay, so Vice Chair's back up. You got another policy? You're gonna?
I'm coming in just to have comments.
Okay, Member Byrd, you're recognized.
Thank you, Chair. Well, I have two good news things. So first of all, I want to congratulate our Vice Chair, Angie Gallo, who has been nominated as President-elect of FSBA board. So she will be voted in June at our conference, but we're really excited that Orange County will be represented so well by Member Gallo. So yay for her. And then the other thing that I wanted to kind of highlight tonight, actually, Superintendent wanted me to highlight it, but I wanted to highlight it too. But a couple weeks ago, I had an event in my community, and it was called Community Celebration, and we have some pictures and video to show. But it was a partnership. It came about from 3 schools that wanted to do this together, and I was like, okay, sounds fantastic. Let's do it. So I helped them with, helped sponsor it for them. And we had it at Wekiva High School, and it was included Piedmont, Lakes Middle, and Lakeville Elementary as well. And Lovell Elementary was also there. But what we did is we had different community partners, all the schools set up tables kind of highlighting different activities that they have at their school, different things that the kids can get involved in. At the tables, they all had like games and prizes for kids. And then outside we had bounce house, and we had a petting zoo by the high school FFA and middle school FFA. They had that there for the kids to come. So it was kind of like a big community outdoor festival, but it was really to kind of celebrate the schools and all the great things that the schools have going on. And what was really neat was that we had such participation by the community partners, businesses. The fire department showed up and had a fire truck there for kids to look tour, and the police department had community policing group there, and Orlando Health had their teen health bus there, and we had food trucks, and our city commissioner is an alumni of one of the middle schools, so he donated all the hot dogs, and it was just like a great time. We had high school kids playing football on the field with elementary kids, so it was just really cool to see all the schools come together, and all these families who didn't have kids at these other schools, but they were learning about the programs at these other schools. So it was really fun, and we had some pictures, but I don't know. I think they were going to show them while I was talking, but maybe they're going to show them after. Okay, here you go. Oh yeah, we gave away Reimagine Communities. You know them. They're my partners. This Read Around the City. They were giving away books and prizes for the kids. It was super cute. Oh yeah, we had like shaved ice and county commissioners were there, our mayor came by, superintendent came by. It was a lot of fun. It was a beautiful day, and we had a huge turnout, and the community just really came out. The whole gym was full. The different schools, the elementary schools did like singing and one of their drama numbers, and it was just really neat. It was just a great way for the schools to celebrate and for them to all kind of get to know each other. It was a fun community event.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Member Byrd. Member Casterdental.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First, I want to follow up on some public comment from earlier in the night with a suggestion that the board members receive some more information regarding when the bargaining meetings are. I think it would help us going forward to know when discussions are being held, whether it's fringe benefit or just negotiating. Just even if we get those dates, and then also look at whether we can observe through Zoom or have them recorded or transcriptions, just something so that we see firsthand kind of what those discussions are like. A second thing is we have some teachers who work for us that are also elected officials. One, you may not know, the mayor of Eatonville, Angie Gardner, is also a second grade teacher at Hungerford. And we have a new Winter Park City Commissioner elected last week. His name is Craig Russell. He is a Winter Park High School coach and PE teacher. And I remember he taught my daughter and was really a great teacher for her. And so we're just so proud that he's involved, and now that he's the new Winter Park City Councilman. And then my third update is regarding the Black History Museum status. And last Friday, Dr. Williams and I both attended the meeting in Tallahassee that the task force held, where different municipalities got up and spoke and answered questions. And Eatonville and the Hungerford property is ranked second, and they were trying to narrow it down to the top 3, and they did. So we're in the top 3. The next stage is for FAMU in Tallahassee. They have an architectural program, and they're going to come down to each of the locations in the top 3 and assess them, and then give a recommendation for what they believe is the most ideal place. And then we'll find out, I believe in May, which location is selected. So to get to this place required a lot of conversation and collaboration among the school board here and our attorneys and the town of Eatonville and Southern Poverty Law Center. And it just shows you what can be done when people work together and collaborate. So thank you.
Thank you, Member Casterdental. Vice Chair?
Thank you, Madam Chair. So I wanted to take a moment to thank the Farm Bureau. We had lunch with them 2 weeks ago. And at our we meet with them, I think, twice a year, just to talk agriculture and what's going on within the school district. And they've been a fabulous partner to OCPS. And at one of the formal meetings, I had mentioned about really a need within our food banks, within our schools, that we have, even in some affluent areas, very much food insecurities, and in pockets that you wouldn't expect that we would have food insecurity. And so they presented us with $2,500 to OCPS. It'll go to the foundation, and it'll be solely for us to help replenish our food pantries in our schools across Orange County. So I just wanted to say how thankful I was to them, how thankful we all are to their support and to their gracious donation for our food banks. And then I wanted to, Pam and Maria and I and Dr. Vasquez went to a conference last week, and it was all about AI and digital ed, and it was just mind-blowing. Like, it was just mind-blowing. The ability that we have through AI and through technology that we can incorporate into our everyday life to kind of take things off teachers' plate, to help master schedule. There's just so much that it could do. It was a little overwhelming, and I was taking copious notes, but it was just a fabulous conference. And I don't think that education's going to look the same that it does right now in probably 3 to 5 years, and I'm super excited about it. And I was so happy that I got to go to the conference. And I'm sure Member Gould probably has a few things to say too. And then I know that we're doing the board challenge for the Reed Foundation. Do we fill up all the slots? Do we know who's in the lead? With teachers attending? Or do we? Huh? Oh, I have a lot of my schools.
I will have an update at the next board meeting. So Dr. Brown Cannon will collect the number of participants, and let's do it for the day before the board meeting. That'll be the cutoff. I know how competitive they can be, and then we will share that publicly.
Well, I was just, if we have any slots left that are available, I would be happy to use some of my funds to send some teachers there. If we run out of money, I'm happy to put some dollars in that direction to send some teachers to that training for free. So I just want to throw that out there to District 1 if they're paying attention. Thank you.
So, all right. Thank you, Vice Chair. Okay, go ahead.
So, Dr. Brown Cannon, if you don't mind sending an email out to the board members with number of slots that we have available for the summer sessions that are coming up, and I think in May, if there's any slots available, I'm sure they'll be recruiting feverishly.
Yes, feverishly.
Member Gould.
I have two things. One is in follow-up to what Member Geller was talking about. As board members, it's not only our role to respond to the now, but really set our district up for the future. And that conference, that this technology conference, was not only about the now, but definitely about how not only we can adapt AI and other technologies for good to relieve some of the stresses that we talk about at this table, but also how it's creating brand new kinds of jobs we can't even recognize on a daily basis for our students. So we have to know about not only how it applies in our planning for our own budgetary purposes, but for our career pathing purposes. And there was a lot of discussion in the higher ed and in the K-12 about micro certifications, micro pathing for higher ed, what you can do to dual enroll. So it was really invaluable in seeing how things are, and I'm excited now as we move into that next stage of strategic planning, as we refresh the strategic plan, to really try to embed some of this in that to make things much easier for our teachers, our students, and our parents with that utilization, especially as it comes to communication and really customizing and targeting a class that may have mixed learners and being able to target curriculum directly to each level of learner. It will save teachers hours and hours and hours. And there's all kinds of cool stuff. The second thing that I wanted to talk about was, sometimes public, private, and even intergovernmental relationships work. And I am pleased to brag on one that was started a couple of years ago between Orange County Parks and Rec and Orange County Public Schools, Dr. Phillips Charities, and Dr. Phillips Little League. We did a tandem planning project between the park and our school site, because it wasn't big enough to move the Little League there, And so we have access to all these cool facilities as the middle school comes out of the ground in a few years in that Lake Buena Vista area in Sand Lake. But the Little League opened on March 2nd, and they dedicated the new park this past weekend, or the weekend before. So it's really a wonderful thing, and I have a picture of the park I can send everybody and show it to everyone. So if you want to pass it down so you can see it. So, it is possible to really create awesome partnerships, and you just got to keep talking it out until it works for everybody. So that's it for me.
Thank you, Member Gould. Any further comments? Any further business? All right. Meeting is now adjourned.
Thank you. This is beautiful.
What?